Tommy, you don't have to like him, but you got to respect this senior class at Clemson. 51-4 record since 2015. And that's earning a lot. It certainly earns our respect.
No question about it. And no matter what league it is, because there's a lot of people say things about the ACC, and clearly it's not the league that the SEC is. No question about that. But regardless, they've got good teams and a very good team in Clemson that just set the standard. They've passed them all, and so you got to give them a lot of credit. Dabo Swinney, you got to give him a lot of credit. So there's strength against strength. But they have had 40 sacks this year. 40 sacks. We've had given up 15. So that'll be a good thing to watch right there. What that means, if you throw the football fans, you got to throw it quickly. You can't wait. You got to get rid of it. So get it to your playmakers and let them make plays. So we'll see what happens. But I think there'll be a little chess match going on in this, and that's what football is all about.
The Tigers and their undefeated record entering in here into Memorial Stadium. Dressed in all orange tonight. No purple. They had a little bit of that last weekend, and I think they thought better after they saw it on television. They come in all orange tonight, trying to win their 5th straight in this series. Boy, it burned them bad when all those kids around South Carolina used to ask for pictures with Dabo Swinney, and they spot him with the 5 spot subtly in the picture. They all want that back as we came in here to try to beat the Gamecocks at 5. Well, there's something I hadn't seen in all the years we came up here. Clemson player trip coming down the
It's a good sign.
Down the hill, that is a good sign.
You know, Todd, we've talked about Will Muschamp, though, tying Coach Spurrier's record the first 3 years. Coach Spurrier was here with 21 victories, and, of course, now Will has 21 victories. He can get 22 either tonight or next week against Akron, but he also can get 23. But guess what? They're a little analogy. You know how many victories Dabo Swinney had his first 3 years?
How many is that?
26. So should we move on and win either tonight or next week in the bowl game, we'd only be 3 behind. So we've come along. We're moving in the right direction, guys. Let's give credit where credit's due. And, you know, clearly we could have won the Florida game and other things, but regardless, not all bad. Not all bad for the 3rd year.
Gamecocks come in tonight sitting at 6-4. And trying to get what would be the biggest road upset in the history of the program. Forget that it's your rival. Forget you played them more than any other team on your schedule. Literally, never beaten the number 2 team on the road. Of course, the other one, in 2010, we beat number 1 Alabama. But Tommy, in that ball game, we were ranked number 19 in the country and finished the season 9-5 and won the Eastern Division. We weren't unranked like we would be tonight. That's how difficult it would be to come into here under those circumstances and be able to win. He's only had 58 touchbacks. Devo may get some shots tonight.
No win to speak of, I don't think. The flags are just draping right down by the pole.
Out of that east end zone towards the hill. Potter kicks it off. Low line drive. Bouncing at the 10 and then in the back of the end zone. He hit a little skull shot past Debo, and it'll be a touchback. Carolina will have the football out at the 25-yard line with their backs to the hill, heading to the closed end here at Memorial Stadium. The second longest consecutive played rivalry game in all of college football. 6-4 versus 11-0. The Tigers defense and Christian Wilkins pumping up the fans, and Jake Bentley, the junior quarterback from Opelika, Alabama, who cut his teeth at Burns High School just up the road. Takes Mon Denson into the backfield. He's to the right, working off the right hash mark. Quick throw to Debo. Wide receiver screen, flag on the play. It looked like false start for Carolina. Christian Wilkins already in Jake Bentley's face, and let's see if somebody will get him off of him, and Mon Denson does so.
Before the snap, false start. Offense, 179. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Some movement up front for Carolina, and that's Wanham been playing in his first Carolina Clemson rivalry ball game. Dylan Wanham starting at right tackle tonight. First and 15 down the 20-yard line. And some stoppage. There's a referee. Matt Loeffler steps in, now backs out. Carolina's got 3 wide receivers into the boundary. That's to the right. Denson to the left of Bentley. Loud crowd. Debo comes in motion, sweep play right side to Mon Denson. And Mon can't get the short side of the field towards the Gamecock bench. A gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 14 upcoming for Carolina. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of Debo Samuel tonight, either getting the football or as a decoy.
I agree. We got to do that because he's probably our best player.
On the 21-yard line, Bentley, wide receiver screen in to that boundary. There's Debo at the 30. Debo drops his shoulder and got a first down at the 35-yard line. They faked to him once. He's touched it twice already, and that one's good for 15 yards and a Carolina first down.
Boy, number 7, Bryant, nearly got that ball when he freed up his left arm, but he didn't. That's the difference. He didn't get it. Debo caught it, made a good run with it.
Brian Edwards split out here to the left side. Still 3 wide receivers into the boundary. Denson moves over to the right of Bentley. First down for Carolina in their first drive of the ball game. Blitz by the Clemson Tigers. Bentley in the pocket. Throwing on a crossing route. Caught at the Clemson 35-yard line and down immediately. One-on-one play to Shad Smith. The post route is clean for 29 yards and another Carolina first down.
Let's talk about Wanham, the true freshman on the right side. That time he was matched up with Wilkins, and he held him out.
Carolina going fast. They'll go with Denson up the middle. Into the second level, and the linebacker meets him in the pocket. Mon spins away, wipes his hands on his hips like he's mad he didn't get more, but he did get 6, 2nd and 4 upcoming.
We'll take 6 yards on first downs against anybody, particularly Clemson when they're down people so good. But definitely, first down gain, that's a nice play.
Especially running the football, Tommy.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, now 4 wide receivers. That's a tackle split out to the right side. Emery and Henry formation tonight for Bentley. Denson up the middle into a pack. Not much going at all. So they split out the tackles, left and right, and Isaiah Simmons read it with Mon Denson up the middle, just a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 yards to go with 13-10 here in the first quarter. No score at Memorial Stadium.
Big down right here, 3rd down. Gamecocks 43% on 3rd down. Clemson's defense hold opponents to 28%.
Josh Vann checks in, slips out to the right side. Edwards to the left, we've got press coverage on him. Bentley looking over to the right side. Quick throw, slant routes caught at the 21-yard line.
Nice play.
That's
nice
a first
play.
down. Carolina Shad Smith on his 2nd first down catch of the night. This one good for 8 yards out, and they move the chains and hush this orange crowd.
Nice.
Hush them down.
Nice RPO that time. Fake to Denson. Good fake and pulled it out. Had a nice throw in motion because it took the linebacker, went with Denson on the run play, and Smith made a good catch.
Cavis Dawkins into the ball game. There's a triangle of wide receivers to the right. Dawkins to the left side. Bentley out of the pocket looking right. Now back left. Swings it out late to Denson in the flats. Can't connect with him. Incomplete. Boy, I think he wanted Dawkins on the backside post. Clemson played it well with their center fielder there on the play, Tanner Muse. And 2nd and 10. We're into Tiger territory on the 8th play of the drive upcoming. Carolina's first drive of the ball game. Will Muschamp prowling that sideline on the far side here at Memorial Stadium. Bentley steps back in the pocket. 3 wide receivers set. They're right in the middle of the field. Denson to his left. Going from east to west. That's right to left. Shotgun snap. Denson up the middle into an orange wall. He spins forward for a couple more. Looked a little indecisive on one we wanted to run that time. Just a gain of 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, May could have gone outside, possibly, to taken it outside and see if there's a little room out there, but he didn't. He went inside. Picked up about 3, and that's not bad. Not bad.
3rd and 7 upcoming for Carolina. Carolina's picked up 2 third down conversions on this drive. Debo's back in the ball game. Empty set with Mon Denson split out to the right side. Boy, a couple of weapons over here to the left. Bentley on a 3rd and 7 at the 18 of the Tigers. All alone in the backfield. He wants to change things up with this orange crowd. Snap it back. Got some time. In the pocket. Looking left side. Quick throw. Incomplete. Flag on the play. And that's intended for Chavis Dawkins. Will check the laundry on the field. Dawkins says it's against the defense.
May have been holding him a little bit there. We'll see. Here's the call. Well, here was the call.
Offside on the defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's a big benefit for the Gamecocks. You'll still have 3rd and short, but man, a big difference between that and 8 or 9 time. It'll be 3rd and 2 with 11:32 to go in the first quarter. First drive of the ball game for either team in the Gamecocks, and their all-white Road Warrior attire have driven it to the Tiger 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers in a triangle out left side. Casey Crosby is one of them. Tigers looking like they want to blitz. Bentley, pump fake, trying to set up the screen. Got Denson. Denson's being trailed. He gets down to about the 10-yard line. That looks like a first down. Oh, the Tigers were tracking behind Denson. A.J. Terrell makes the stop. Tommy, I'm not sure that's a great spot for Carolina. Now they move the football.
I think it's a first down though, but it looks like it's inside the 1 yard line. It's got to be. Looks like the marker's on the 1, but I think they go measure. They are.
Boy, what a catch by Denson. I know it was a short game, but he caught it over his shoulder. And Mon, the LaGrange, Georgia native, who had 102 yards receiving versus Ole Miss, the first one to do that as a running back since Marcus Lattimore did it against Kentucky. And he caught that one tonight, short enough gain, and they hope it's enough for a Carolina first down. That looks like a little better spot here now that the officials moved away. It's towards the near sideline, the Tiger sideline. First down, Gamecocks.
By half a ball.
Wow. Nice job of Denson catching it, keeping his foot, bounced on kind of 1 foot, fell forward. Clemson played it well, to be honest with you. With 11:25 to go in the first quarter, the Gamecocks have got it. 1st and 10 right outside the Tiger 10-yard line.
Got to get in here. We 85% scoring down here, 61% TDs. Clemson holds their opponents only 44% TDs inside the 20.
Rico Dowdle checks into the ball game. He didn't play it all last week. He's to the left of Bentley. 4 wide receivers set to each side. Rico to the left of Bentley. Bentley in the pockets. Got some pressure. He's got to step up. Throws out the back of the end zone.
Good job, Bentley.
Nice job, Jake. And coming from the outside was Austin Bryant, the Pablo, Georgia native, 2nd in the country as a unit in tackles for a loss. And as Tommy mentioned, 40 sacks on the year. They almost had another one there. 2nd and 10 at the 11 of the Tigers. Working off the left hash mark. Bentley, wide receiver screen to Shi Smith. Trying to cut between a couple defenders. Got 1 block, couldn't get the next. Good pursuit, just a gain of 2 yards. So here comes 3rd down again. They could get to the Tiger 1 yard line for a first down.
I tell you, we need that tight end. We got to use a tight end down here inside the 20 sometime on a drag route or something. If we don't do that enough, this game would be a wonderful place to start.
Casey Crosby's in there now. Split out Shi Smith over the right side. Trips again. Debo left side. Battle in the field. 3rd down. 8 yards to go. Bentley changing things up with 10:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. Battle to the left. They reset. Blitz up the middle. Picked up. Trying to throw left side. Crossing route. Debo does into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
All right.
Touchdown, Debo Samuel. They got 6 on a crossing route with 10:41 to go in the first. From 9 yards out, it comes the extra point. It could be 7-0 Gamecocks.
I tell you, Todd, Clemson that time has not been blitzing much, but that time I think they sent 2 or either 3 linebackers right up through the middle. Bentley held it to the last moment. What that did is freed up the throwing zone, a lane right there to Samuel. Great throw, great catch, good run afterwards. Good protection up front, too.
There's Parker White to cap it off. White swings through, up and in into that orange stand. They're sitting down. They're stunned. The number 2 team in the country takes 7 on the board. They've only given up 3 TDs in the first half all year long, and Carolina just got the 4th. We'll be back on the Gamecock IMG Sports Network. A rare affair up here, Brent. Good to be with you as always. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. That's our first half TD since 2014 against Clemson. Our first points in the first half since 2015. Tommy, hard to come by.
Debo's already touched it twice in the passing game for 24 yards. Of course, the big TD right there. Good catch.
That's 7th touchdown grab for Debo this year, too. After a little bit slow start coming back from that injury, he's cranked it up. Now here's Will Tommy to kick off for Carolina. Adam Choice and Decarion Kendrick set back to receive. And here's Tommy, the left footer, low line drive, bounces at the goal line and back of the end zone. And now Will Tommy, by the way, is kicked 26 of 31 for touchbacks since he took over the role. And now we're going to see it's guess who on defense for Carolina. As David Spence will have his work cut out for him tonight. We'll all check it out because the injured group that's out there.
Well, he looks
R.J.
like
Roddick, Stephen Montauk at safety, I see. Nixon and Fenton at corners. And here's the freshman quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Takes ETN into the backfield with him. He's to the right of him. Motion in front of him. ETN off the left side, right into Sherrod Green's arms. And ETN running hard and gaining 4 on the play, but Green brings him down. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming.
good tackle that time also by Roderick. The freshman came up, made a good lick on him, so not a bad start there.
That's Fennell at one end spot. Kinlaw over the center. Brad Johnson's in the ball game as well. Lawrence out of the gun. Inside zone play again. Rushing the football across the 30. Tigers, really since they took over with Lawrence, Keir Thomas making the stop. It's a 3-yard gain on the play. 3rd down upcoming for the Tigers. Since Kelly Bryant was replaced by Lawrence, they have gone back to that run game. Shameik Blackshear's in the lineup, as well as Israel Mukwamu at one of the corner spots. All right, 3rd down and 3 at the Tiger 32-yard line. Carolina in a 3-man front. Lawrence out of the gun, 6'6", stands in the pocket, throws underneath, got Renfro, caught easily at the 35, puts up 45, breaks another tackle in the Gamecock territory, and he missed a few, but finally knocked it down as he backed up, got spun around at the Gamecock 49-yard line. 22-yard reception before Sherrod Green brings him down. Tommy, that's only his 37th catch of the year, but he's one of the most reliable guys in all of college football.
When they need him, they go to him.
Lawrence again out of the shotgun and wants to throw the quick out route. Guns one towards the Gamecock sideline. T. Higgins breaks one tackle, runs down to about the Gamecock 24-yard line. Look at that gun from Lawrence. That looked like a rope coming out of his right hand, and that's another 22-yard gain. Back-to-back 22-yard receptions for the Tigers, and they're moving into Gamecock territory at Carolina's 24. Out of the gun, Lawrence, quick wide receiver screen outside Rogers. Rogers trying the edge towards the Tiger bench and gets knocked out of bounds. Run out that time with a pat on the head from Keyshawn Nixon. A 3-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 upcoming. Carolina leads it with 8:53 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. They took it 12 plays, 75 yards. Debo Samuel topped it with a 9-yard touchdown reception from Jake Bentley. Now it's Tiger time. Back to work in a pistol formation, 2 wide receivers left time. Lawrence out of the gun. Handoff. ETN's got a whole left side before Brunson comes in there. And then a host of Gamecocks finally get him, but he's right at that marker around the 14-yard line. ETN, of course, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore from Jennings, Louisiana. Came in with 1,157 rushing yards. Tommy, 17 touchdowns, averaging 8.6 yards a carry.
Yeah, he's a real deal out of Louisiana, as everyone knows, and they just love to give him the ball, and he loves to run with it.
It is a first down on the 7th play of the drive at the Carolina 14. Lawrence out of the gun with a 4-man front in front of him. ETN to the right. He's got that long towel, does ETN down his backside. And Lawrence with a short set about 3 yards deep. Takes a snap, looking, wants a crossing route, dumps it out. Right side, ETN at the 10. Trying to break a tackle, won't be able to do so as Carolina Keyshawn Nixon, who's missed some tackles, Tommy, give him credit. Good open field tackle that time. It's still a 9-yard gain all the way down to the Gamecock, well, just inside the 5-yard line.
That battered defensive front for Carolina, just not able to put enough pressure on Lawrence that time to get him out of his rhythm. He was able to look through all of his progression.
Here's the Spartanburg product, Tavion Feaster in the game now at tailback. And they'll hand to him straight at the middle. Stutter stepping. Brunson at the goal line. The Tigers want a touchdown. There's no call on the play. It'll be down to about the 1, a 3-yard gain on the play.
Well, where they looked like Kinlaw was slow. Well, he was slow getting up, holding his right arm there a little bit. Now he's okay, but well, we don't need him to get hurt.
Kinlaw's had a hip and groin problem. He stays in the ball game now, slow to get his hand back down. And right at the goal line, with Feaster again in the backfield. Again, straight up the middle, bouncing, and again stopped at the 1 yard line. Or just inside of it, R.J. Roddick piercing in from the outside. Stops them one more time, and now they get a little concerned here.
Yeah, good underneath coverage. A push that time, too, by Kinlaw. He just really got underneath the pads of the offensive lineman, along with
still just second down, second and goal for the 1 yard line. Adam Choice comes in now. So it's been Feaster, ETN, and now Choice. He's to the left of Lawrence again, inside the Carolina 1 yard line. Little flinch, no call. Choice up the middle, and Adam Choice is into the end zone. Scoring drives by each team. This one from 1 yard out for the Tigers, and with 6:17 to go, they get tied up. We're in the first quarter of play at Memorial Stadium. Well, we didn't think we'd shut them out, Tommy, but that's a pretty good-looking drive. They started with the run game with ETN, but Lawrence maybe the most impressive on the drive there with a couple big-time 22-yard receptions.
And also good runs by the receiver, Higgins, after he made it, and also Renfro. Those guys are talented, so they not only catch it, they run extremely well. We got to tackle well in the secondary.
Greg Hugel with a couple stutter steps from his kicking position and up and through that east end zone upright. And that first time tonight, some pushing and shoving around that last play. It's broken up pretty quickly. The Tigers come back to their near sideline. The Gamecocks and their road white go to their sideline. We're tied at 7 in the first quarter at Memorial Stadium on the Gamecock IMG Sports Network. Scored on their first touch. Let's go down now on our Blue Cross Blue Shield sideline report. Here's Langston.
Yeah, guys, J.C. Hart, who dressed out and started out the game with all his pads on, came out in the locker room after the warm-ups and was in street clothes, so he's definitely probably done. The ankle probably didn't hold up during the warm-up. So one guy who I didn't think was going to make it, A.J. Turner, he started out in the sling, and he coming out full dress. So again, two guys to kind of keep an eye out. The biggest thing for our guys on defense is making sure we stop after that first initial contact. We can't have those big rack yards after passes and after those runs. We got to stop the big plays after the contact.
Yeah, it's hard to be thankful for a scoring drive, Tommy, but the Gamecocks did tackle well. It just had some open receivers. Here's Potter to kick off, and it is a touchback way out of the back of the end zone. No Debo on this one. Ball come out from the 25-yard line.
The alarming thing to me on the defensive side of the ball for Carolina was the wide open receivers that time. Clearly some mistakes there in the secondary. Nothing that we didn't expect, of course, but boy, that Clemson's just going to throw it all over the place if that continues.
Carolina with what was that first drive, Tommy? 4 minutes or something for the Gamecocks that we had. Took time off the clock in our first drive.
4 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I need another one of those now as Rico Dattle steps into the lineup. First and 10 for Carolina at the 25-yard line. Jake Bentley with 4 wide receivers. Jake claps his hands. They say there's movement. Flag on the play. Boy, Lee, for the second series in a row on the first play, we got a false start, it looks like.
Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, I'm going to say what I've been saying the last 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just go run the play, guys. Let's don't overthink it. Just get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and run it. So sometimes with the crowd, everything else, with a lot of stuff going on up there, and it's confusing.
Each tackle now with a false start. Daly is one, and one with one. That's first and 15 again at the 20-yard line for Bentley. Blitz up the middle. Bentley, quick throw to the outside. Got his man caught, trying to spin away, gaining a couple. Shy Smith. That's his third catch on the ball game. This one's good for 3 yards. Jake knew he had to get rid of that one in a hurry. Linebacker's right up the middle on the play. Bentley back to work quickly up the line of scrimmage. Clemson late to get lined up. Jake looking, throws it out. Got his man, Rico, out in the flat. And they take him down quickly on a good tackle in open field by Isaiah Simmons. He's got 63 tackles on the year, and you see why. That was a good one on Rico. It was a gain of 4 yards. Here comes 3rd and 7 for Carolina.
Tell you, he showed some speed that time. Simmons did too. The thought down a little bit to get around the corner a little bit, not able to do so.
Rico stays in to the right of Jake Bentley. He's had that bad ankle after he suffered an injury against Ole Miss. He's in there now. 3rd and 7 with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. Out of the gun, 4-man rush. Bentley across the middle, wide open. Carolina at the 40-yard line. Shy Smith again, his 4th catch of the ball game. Shy making this his house right now. 17-yard gain and another Carolina first down.
Let's give credit where credit's due, Todd, the offensive line. They really did a great job that time, and I believe Hutchinson, the right guard, particularly stayed with his guy, and also Stanley and Wannon, too, the freshman.
Von Denson back in the ballgame, but we want to throw it again on the wide receiver screen, and Shi Smith takes a hard lift on the outside on the play. A.J. Terrell on the stop, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. Shi came around the block, and Terrell was there, just lit him up. Still a 2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 8 upcoming. Ball on the Gamecock 47-yard line, 4:42 to go in the first quarter. 2 tight end set with Markway and Casey Crosby into the lineup. Von Denson's the back. He's to the left of Bentley. Jake steps up, tells Stanley, changing things up. Now Denson goes in motion right side. Here comes a blitz. Bentley in trouble, throwing fade route left side for Debo, but really just getting rid of the football on the Tiger bench. Nicely timed out, and a good job by Bentley to get rid of it.
Yeah, had he decided to go to Von Denson, I believe, Todd, initially, he may be still running because he looked over there and just didn't go to it and certainly got rid of it, which was a proper thing to do at the end, but I believe Denson was wide open had he decided to go to him initially.
There's Jacob August in the ballgame, and Shi Smith checks back in. Markway's another tight end, and Josh Van split out to the left side. Bentley now, another 3rd down. This one 3rd and 8 at his own 47. Tied at 7. Jake 10 of 13 on the day for 92 yards. Snap it back. Picked up. Jake now in trouble. Dropped. Back at the 41-yard line. Sacked by that Austin Bryant, the demanding defensive line for Clemson. -6 on the play. And here comes Joseph Charlton out to punt with 4:03 to go in the first quarter.
This good defensive charge. Sooner or later they're going to get to you because they've already had 40 sacks this year, but Carolina only giving up 15 coming in, so 3rd fewest in the SEC. And that time that really was a coverage sack. There was no one open to throw the ball to.
Mari Rogers set back to receive. Joseph Charlton booms one. Spinning in this cool night air. Rogers comes over at his own 10. Takes a great Gamecock bounce inside the 5. And Carolina downs it with Keyshawn Nixon. Let's see where they spot it right at the 5-yard line. Backed him up, set him down with a 55-yard punt. Tied at 7. The Tigers take back over. We'll be back. Defensive end spot. No J.C. Horn. No Bryce Williams. No D.J. Wanham. All right, here's Lawrence right in his own pocket with ETN. And he's going to hand the ball off left side. ETN driving hard across the 10-yard line. And he gained 5 on the play. Or Sherrod Green, a couple defensive linemen got him down, including T.J. Brunson. It's 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
He should have been stopped for a 1-yard gain that time. We just couldn't quite get off the blocks. And then once he got a little leverage with those legs, he just pulled us on for a few more yards.
ETN, true pistol formation. 4-man front for Carolina. Lawrence out of the gun. Lawrence going to roll right. He wants to throw it. There's a crossing route there. Lawrence now drops it off late. And let's see if they got it to T. Higgins. There's a hand in there. And it was a catch. And that's a Clemson first down on the play. How he ever got that one off, I have no idea. But it's an 8-yard gain on the play. He was being tracked the entire time was Higgins. And Lawrence found a way to get it in there. And that got the Tigers out of the back and deep in their own territory, and now they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 18. Lawrence out of the gun, wide receiver screen, right side. Got a block inside. And a couple more on the right side. Jumping over a man at the 40-yard line is Justin Ross, and Ross goes 26 yards. Beautifully designed play into the boundary. And another Clemson first down as they edge towards midfield here at Memorial Stadium.
A lot of good blockers out in front of him, too. That's what you got to have. Those linemen release downfield.
Anytime they cut back inside, you got to make the play from inside out. And nobody was there to help out Keyshawn Nixon. They reset the downs, and now Lawrence out of the gun again. Sets back, wants to run the football. ETN left side, big hole up the middle into the 2nd level, and they finally trip him up, caught him on the ankle. R.J. Roderick, along with Brunson again, another stop for him, but it's an 8-yard gain. And ETN started to come out. He'll step back in there with Feaster in the lineup as well.
2nd and 2.
Into Gamecock territory at the 48. Tied at 7. 1:49 to go in the first quarter. Lawrence out of the shotgun, throws, quick wide receiver screen to Hunter Renfro. Gets one block, cutting back. Danny Fennell's got to come out there to get it. Keyshawn Nixon gave up his body, Tommy, but Amari Rogers cut him down as he dove for Renfro. It's a 9-yard gain, another Clemson first down.
Just got to always think about Renfro wanting to cut it back into the inside. He just seems to do that so well, particularly loves to plant the right foot, not necessarily the left, when he's on the left side, but that's what he likes to do, and you got to have that inside help to make a play.
43 career starts for Hunter Renfro. All right, Choice and Feaster down the ball game. Feaster goes in motion, left side. Lawrence sets up the screen, right side. That's Choice. Choice battling his way inside the Carolina 35-yard line. Excuse me, that's 28, not 26. That's Feaster before Brad Johnson takes him down. It's a 7-yard gain on the play. Second down and 3 upcoming for the Tigers as they again threaten here with 54 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That play is designed perfectly against our weaknesses, Todd. It's that safety coming up and make the play. Just not there.
Feaster's alone back in the backfield this time. Lawrence out of the shotgun, 4-man front, but he stands in the pocket, wants to throw it out route. Incomplete. Good coverage on T. Higgins towards the Tiger bench. Nixon was right there when the ball came around. Lawrence probably threw it a little early, gunned it out there. Did the big 6'6" quarterback from Cartersville, Georgia.
That's the first incompletion for him so far. He's 8 for 8 until that pass.
A lot of wide receiver screens is what Clemson does. As Tommy pointed out, they know our weaknesses. All right, Ross, Hunter Renfro out there now. Split out left side, 3rd down and 3. Lawrence looking over the left side. Now man in motion. Quarterback draw left side. Lawrence running for the first down. Quarterback draw inside the 25 and down to the Carolina 22-yard line. And the Gamecocks have got a man down. That's Shameik Blackshear, one of the few defensive ends that we've got. Hold up. We'll check it again. It's a 10-yard gain on the play as there's timeout. Tigers quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Lawrence at the first down run, to gain a first down, takes ETN in the backfield. 4-man front for Carolina. Lawrence waiting for the official to back up. He does so. Trevor Lawrence, shotgun snap, rolls right with ETN in front of him. Wants to go backside, does down the hash mark to the tight end. Incomplete on the play. Carolina was there. Cannon Smith. The tight end, who is from Columbia, South Carolina, Bill Smith, longtime trustee here at Clemson. And Cannon's got 3 catches for 34 yards, and they set him up there, and he couldn't go up enough to get it. But pretty good coverage by the Gamecocks. 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, Roderick was holding his head because he felt like he could have had a chance at the intercept, and he did. He just didn't probably go after it aggressively enough.
At the Gamecock 22-yard line. Lawrence, ETN in the backfield. Wide receiver each side. Lawrence stays in the pocket, guns one on a post route, caught, touchdown. Lawrence takes a long look at the Gamecock sideline as T. Higgins comes over and congratulates himself with everyone in that end zone, the east end zone here from 22 yards out. And can't throw a skinny post any better than that. With 17 seconds to go in the first quarter, the extra point can make it 14 subs. Hugo with a bad snap. Stutter steps, comes up and gets it up and in. So he talks to his snapper who rolled it back there, but he got it up and through. And it's 14-7. Tigers. Not a good looking drive that time. And Lawrence has really been brilliant throwing the football.
Yeah, he really has. He's had plenty of good protection. He was forced out of the pocket one time. Other than that, he's 9 for 11, 128 yards, 1 touchdown. But Gamecocks just not able to contain the screens on the outside when they get it to the wide out and just behind 2 or 3 offensive linemen. Our linebackers aren't getting there. The safeties aren't coming up. As everyone knows, we just beat up pretty bad, but all over the field on defense. And that's certainly what Clemson's taking advantage of right now. They're a very good football team anyway, but particularly in the defensive condition of Carolina, it doesn't help at all.
22-yard strike to T. Higgins. That's his 8th touchdown on the season. The sophomore wide receiver from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Here's Potter to kick off again. Up and over the head of Deebo Samuel. Bouncing back, touchback. That was a 95-yard drive, Tommy. That's the thing about that one. They were backed it up. Joseph Charlton did his job. And they quickly got out from under the gun in their own end zone. And then took it down the field with a mixture of plays, ETN, and a couple of wide receiver screens.
I tell you, Todd, ETN is a very good back, but so far only 5 attempts, 28 yards. The thing that's impressive to me is what I anticipated them doing is going to the wide receivers and let them make plays. They've done that. They're really athletic in their wide receiver core, and they're just out-athleting our people right now.
Here's Jake Bentley with his team down. He's going to roll right out of the shotgun on first down, looking late to find somebody. Incomplete pass around the 37-yard line. He wanted a hooking Brian Edwards to get it, but pretty good coverage by the Tigers that time. Dexter Lawrence was pressuring, in fact, did hit Jake Bentley just as he threw the football. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
This offense got a lot of pressure on them now because they've got to be successful, get some offensive first downs, and keep the defense on the field.
Bentley, quick hit to the slot receiver. That's Shi Smith breaking away across the 40. And a Carolina first down. Shi Smith, have yourself a day. We hadn't gone through a quarter, and I believe that's his 5th reception of the day. Check that. That's his 6th reception. And a timeout on the field as we go to the second quarter.
She said of their defense.
They flip into the field, so Carolina will be coming from that closed end zone here towards the hill. And it's a 1st and 10 after the Shi Smith catch. Casey Crosby goes in motion left side. Wide receiver screen to Deebo Samuel. Deebo gets a block from Casey and trying to get one for a couple. Good pursuit from the inside by the Tigers. We'll call it a gain of 2 on the play. We got to get more out of that with Deebo, I think, Tommy, if you can complete it out there on the edge.
Got to get better blocking downfield afterwards. I mean, Clemson, though, again, what they did and we can't do, and they had help on the inside from the safety and their linebacker. Carolina depleted injuries can't do that.
Bentley back to work deep in the pocket's got some time. Throws late in the flat to Brian Edwards. Makes a catch at the 49, stiff arm. And a bunch of Tigers get over there before Edwards picks up a first down. He got to the Tiger 48-yard line. That's where he needed to get a 9-yard reception. And he continues to have a catch in every ball game in his career. This one's at the start of the second quarter.
Nice move there. Good strength pulling away from the grasp of the Clemson player line on the ground there to pick up about 3 to 4 more yards for that first down.
That's Bryant's 43rd catch of the year. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Wide receiver split out way to the left side, almost on the bench over there for Carolina. Bentley out of the gun, runs the football up the middle, and that's Montez. A nice little stutter step, let him cut back to the left side, and just one Clemson player there. I think that Sparrow, it was, jumped on his back. It's a 3-yard gain on the play. Boy, that almost broke to the next level. Carolina quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Bentley out of the gun, fakes inside, wants to go backside. That's Edwards with a catch in between 2 defenders. And inside the 30-yard line off his back hip. I have no idea how he got it. Travion Mullen was covering on the play. And a couple of Gamecocks go up there and slap him on his helmet. And then Gamecocks line back up, 1st and 10. Bentley back to work in the pocket, going left side. And he wanted Deebo on a comeback route and could not get it. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. I don't believe Edwards caught that football.
I don't believe Bentley threw it. But it looked like to me he was covered, and the middle linebacker was in the throwing lane, coming into the throwing lane as well, but it doesn't matter. He caught it. Good pass. Where you do it?
That was the wide side of the field on the last play with 13:27 to go in the second quarter. Down 7. 2 tight ends come out for Carolina. That's Jacob August and Keel Pollard. Bentley. Pistol formation. Javis Dawkins split out to the right side. Denson in the backfield. Fake to him. Bentley in trouble. Now drops it off to Denson. Down the sideline. The near sideline and knocked out of bounds. All the way down to the Tiger. 16-yard line.
Big time play by Bentley, Todd.
14-yard gain on the play.
Big time play. Looks to his left. That's where he wants to go. Comes back to his right. Denson is moving out of the backfield to the right. Gets it to him.
Carolina down 7, 14-7, but Bentley moving the team down. Fake inside again. Backside post. And looking for the flag, and they got it. Edwards got to the inside on the play. Check that Dawkins on the inside on the post route. There's a penalty on the play. It'll be 1st down, Carolina.
No question about that call.
Trayvon Mullen from Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, on the penalty, hanging all over the back of Dawkins. Dawkins on the play.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 1. That's a spot foul with an automatic first down.
We'll take that.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
That pushes it all the way down to the Tiger 3-yard line. Good flip of the hips that time by Bentley, by the way, because that ball was online. They're heading in the right direction. All right, Carolina, after the penalty, has got it first and goal at the Tiger 3, down 7. Denson's to the left and 3 wide receivers over that direction. That's the wide side of the field. Blitz by Clemson. Bentley rolls out left side, throws the back of the end zone, and out of bounds. He wanted Debo out of the slot, and Bentley had to pull up. His furrow was coming up in the edge, and there's some pressure on the play. Throws out of the back of the end zone. Second and goal from the 3-yard line now. Boy, it's a tough spot for that athletic defensive line of Clemson. Casey Crosby checks in. Let's see if Casey can get his first touchdown of the year. That's all he did a year ago. Off the right hash mark. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Denson's the back. Clemson moving around late. Now Bentley changing things up. Steps back, talks to Denson. Shotgun snap. Bentley running with Bond up the middle, and the Tigers stuffing. Bentley was counting numbers over there on that left side, but they clamped down fairly quickly. I don't know if he gained any on the play. Cleveland Farrell again with another stop. Boy, like this Tigers woke up as soon as Carolina got in the red zone.
Yeah, we struggled on there a little bit this year. Only scoring 61% of the time TDs, so the rest of the time it's just field goals.
Edwards comes in for Travis Dawkins. Jacob August in as well. 12 seconds left on the play clock. Muschamps
Yeah, we're going to have to call
sending out
timeout.
Edwards, and here comes Muschamp down the sideline to call timeout.
We're going to have to call timeout. Yeah, we look.
Why not? That's all right.
Yeah.
Third and goal from the 3, and this crowd knows it's a big one. Mont Denson's in the ball game until that Casey Crosby's in the lineup as well. Brian Edwards, the biggest wide receiver, is over to the near side. Debo split out to the left. Bentley working off that right hash mark. Buckles up that helmet. Down 14-7. Looks back at the sideline one more time. Now changes things up. Denson comes over to get the call. Clemson shifts around. Bentley out of the gun, fakes inside. Wants corner route, back in the end zone. Incomplete to Shai Smith. He got tripped up with the defender on the play. And never really had a chance on that corner route. Isaiah Simmons and him got caught up. Maybe should not have warranted a penalty, but 4th down now coming for the Gamecocks.
Gamecocks going for it, Todd. Wow.
Down 7 with 12:16 to go in the second quarter. Will Muschamp, Ryan McClendon, Dan Warner, the offensive staff lining up. 3 wide receivers left side and Mont Denson. Now coming in motion over to the right side is Shai Smith. Bentley up the right hash mark. Clemson in the 4-man front. Blitz up the middle. Bentley pump fake, throwing back in the end zone. Incomplete. Incomplete. Tigers take over on downs. He wanted Brian Edwards in the back of the end zone, and Clemson takes over. And Carolina gives up the 3 points as Tanner Muse was covering on the play. Actually, a pretty good ball for a jump ball in the back of the end zone. Edwards on Muse. Just can't come down with it. And Will Muschamp decides not to go for the field goal. The Tigers take over on their own 3-yard line.
Tigers begin at the 3.
Feaster in the backfield now as Trevor Lawrence is in the end zone on 1st and 10 from his own 3. And off Feaster right side, stacking them up. Feaster pushes across the 5-yard line. We'll call it a 3-yard gain on the play. For the Spartanburg tailback, was the 100-meter champion in high school.
One thing
South Carolina.
about Coach Muschamp going for that meant he was serious. We're serious about this football game. We're not coming in here just to get points. So, and he also knows that this offensive team we're playing against, Clemson, you got to score and get points every time you're down there. But regardless, he wanted 7, not 3.
That was a 12-play drive with no points. But Carolina had this defense off the field to see if they can hold. Wide receiver screen set out to the outside. That's Amari Rogers. Pumps up to about the 10-yard line. Good tackle from the inside out. Danny Fennell, what a job he's doing tonight, Tommy. Usually plays defensive end. Has played tackle, outside linebacker. because of all the injuries, he's having to basically play strong safety tonight. He makes the stop there for 4 yards. Mukwamu now comes in, the big corner. Danny Fennell out of the ball game. And it's 3rd down and 3 with 11:10 to go in the second quarter. Clemson up 14-7. Carolina, boy, pressuring that line of scrimmage. Man coverage on Lawrence. Out of the gun. Quarterback lost one down the near sideline. T. Higgins jump ball, got it. Flag on the play. Keyshawn Nixon covering on it. And I assume that's going to be defensive pass interference and a completion. 28 yards. Wow, that's the difference. They caught one, we did not.
Yeah, they had a height advantage here.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. That penalty. First down.
That's a good play.
Correction, number 9 on the penalty. Number 9 on the penalty.
That's a good play if you're in the end zone, too, if you got that nice height advantage. And really, the only height advantage we have in the offensive wideouts right now would be Edwards, and that's not a lot of height advantage either. But he ran the same play down there 3 times, and he was the only one that came close to it.
So again, the Tigers get out of the shadow of their own end zone and get a first down. This one on a 28-yard reception to T. Higgins, and Lawrence lines back up, 1st and 10. At his own 38-yard line. Fakes inside, wants to go down the middle. Got a complete caught. Justin Ross, the 6'4", 210-pounder from Phoenix City, Alabama. The 17-yard completion. Another Tiger first down. Boy, they're getting inside on those slants and skinny post a lot and easily right now.
We were just a hand away from making an interception there, maybe breaking it up, just not able to get there.
3 wide receivers right side. They'll go to the ground game. Up the middle. And that's Feaster on the run. Finds a crease. And he's inside the Gamecock 30-yard line on a 16-yard run on the play. Hurry up for the Tigers. T-Rob on that sideline trying to find something. Same play up the middle. And again, Feaster finds the second level before T.J. Brunson comes over and makes a stop. It's an 8-yard gain on the play. And now Feaster comes out and ETN's back in. That's not good for the Gamecocks when they rotate these good guys. They can all play. 2nd down and 2 with 9:44 to go in the second quarter. Tigers up 14-7. Lawrence going all the way at quarterback. 2 wide receivers, they're stacked each side. Wide receiver screen to the right side to Amari Rogers, and he's got the first down, knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. That's good for a 3-yard gain on the play. Lawrence came into the game, 65% completion, and Carolina's got a Gamecock down on that far sideline.
Number 30, Devontae Staley, shaken up on the play.
And that's Staley, the outside linebacker from Columbia, South Carolina. Gamecocks trying to hold on right now, just down 7 after they went 12 plays and got no points. As Will Muschamp went for it on 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line. Now the Tigers driving with 9:31 to go in the second quarter. And tight end split out to the right side is Richardson. And it's 1st and 10 at the Gamecock 18-yard line. Renfro and Rogers split out left side. 8th play of the drive for the Tigers. They came from their own 3-yard line, hit T. Higgins on a 3rd down for 28 yards. And ETN's in the ball game to the left of Lawrence. Out of the gun, ETN right side, trying to spin his way back way to the middle. There's a flag thrown right in that pile as Sherrod Green made the stop on ETN, but let's check the call. It's usually either a face mask or holding in that direction. Matt Loeffler make the call.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Number 3 on the defense. Half the distance. First down.
Tommy, those can be accidental, and we'll give him the benefit of doubt on those plays, but you don't want to lose your poise here. Got a good stop on ETN on the run play that time, and there's Ken Law driving the ball, driving his hand up into the offensive lineman. So now it's 1st and goal from the 8. Lawrence got a hush crowd here for the moment, and ETN to his right out of the backfield. Coming in motion across his face, they fake to him and go to ETN, trying to get to the corner at the 5. They take him down around the 4-yard line. And Brad Johnson makes the stop on the play. A 4-yard gain. Second down and goal from the 4. Clock running at 8:47 in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence on the day, 13 of 15 for 180 yards. The freshman out of the shotgun. Hands off. ETN, the backfield, stutter step at the 2, falls forward to about the 1-yard line.
Clemson was in there just, I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, looked like he wanted to tackle him, then he hesitated, didn't tackle him, and just really got faked him out a little bit, I guess. Wow.
Third and goal. Gamecocks got massive substitutions in there. Mukwamu splits out to the right side, the freshman cornerback for Carolina. From Bossier City, Louisiana, is the lone wide receivers in front of it. Lawrence, handoff straight at the middle. That's Wilkins. Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle. And they push him back on a good stop. And we'll see now what Dabo Sweetie wants to do on 4th down. Will Muschamp went for it. And Ricky Sandage, the freshman, stopped Wilkins on the play. So the Tigers a little cute with their big defensive lineman, All-American, and tailback, and they're going to leave him in there.
Yeah.
4th and goal. The Tigers going forward on 4th down at the 1. Lawrence under center, toss sweep right side. Wilkins cutting back into the end zone. Touchdown. They love to celebrate with 42, and they weren't going to give up on it. And the extra point can make it 21-7. There is a flag on the play. Flag in the end zone's been picked up. Let's see if they make the call. Still talking it over. It may have been celebration, which would be handled on the kickoff. It probably was.
97-yard
After
drive.
the score, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 42 on Clemson. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. That is number 42's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Not the game.
Touchdown is good.
The Gamecocks went up for it on 4th down on the 3-yard line. Did not make it. Clemson takes it over, so no points for Carolina, but would have made it 14-10. No points for Carolina, still at 14-7. Clemson moves at 97 yards in 12 plays. It's now 21-7.
The reality of that is Will Muschamp must have known we're not going to stop them, or unlikely we're going to get more than one stop or not. Hugel comes in to attempt the extra point. Some good penetration by Carolina, but they can't deflect the football, and it is 21-7 Tigers. But you're right, Tommy. The reality of it is Will Muschamp knows he's going to get very few stops tonight with the defense he's got, and he went for it. And I'm not sure I'm rationalizing going for it there, but you know that's what he was thinking.
No question about it. No question about it.
Let's go down to Langston on our Blue Cross Blue Shield sideline report. Langston?
Yeah, guys, a couple of series ago, Kier Thomas went out. He's been back out. He got retaped and looks to be on the bike warming that ankle up. Damani Stanley's been over here doing the high knee deal, so I think both of those guys should be good to go forward.
Thank you, Langston. That's a Pelham Health Injury Report from Langston Moore. A depleted team already. And here's Debo Samuel with a chance now, Tommy, after the penalty on Christian Wilkins for his celebration in the end zone. After his touchdown, the Tigers have got to kick off from their own 20-yard line. All touchbacks tonight from B.T. Potter, the freshman, who's kicking off from his own 20 now. Gamecocks got to be ready for anything here, though, with a 14-point lead. 7:23 to go in the second quarter. Potter runs up just inside the left hash mark. And Debo certainly runs up, takes it at the 15-yard line, up the near hash, the 20, 25, and stuck at the 25-yard line. Maybe gets to the 26 or so. And the Tiger fans, you could hear them breathe a sigh of relief as they know Debo's dangerous. Just an 18-yard return on the play. Isaiah Simmons, the fine safety and outside backer for Clemson, making stop.
Not a lot of blocking on that by the Carolina team. I mean, that's one of those you really need to lick your chops on and say, we're going to get this thing down the field and get good field position, maybe around the 35, 40-yard line. But just Clemson came down and just really just stayed in their lanes, and our guys didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Carolina 156 yards of total offense to 259 for the Tigers. And here's Jake Bentley back out on the field with Von Denson to his right. Everybody split out to the left side. 3 wide receivers and now Denson to the left side. They'll run it with a sweep play right. Bond, not much going. He breaks one tackle with just pure effort on the play on Tanner Muse coming up to make the stop, but it's a 5-yard gain on the play. Nice job by Denson with 7:05 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, keep those legs pushing, get that forward lean, and he's really worked himself in with a fair number of carries to being a pretty good running back for the Carolina.
I don't think we got anybody else tonight either really much to help him. Keel Pollard checks in and into the boundary. Jake Bentley fakes. He wants to go down the field. He's under some pressure. Rolls right. Pumps the arm, now trying to get somebody, dropped it off. Can't do so as it's tipped away at the last minute. Brian Edwards was closest to it. And that's Tanner Muse again, knocking that football away. Bentley really more of a throwaway on the play. Edwards hanging right on the sideline.
Sometimes you can throw a receiver open, and I wish he'd have come down the field that time with Shy Smith down here. Just put it up a little bit, let him adjust to it, make the catch. But he was under pressure, running for his life, and did the right thing.
They had a good first down play of 5 yards, but now they find 3rd down and 4 with 6:42 to go. And Bentley's got all those All-Americans in front of him. They're moving around front 4 for the Tigers. They rush 3. Bentley rolls left side. Bentley checks down, throws late, got a man open. It is caught to 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Keel Pollard. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown, Keel Pollard. 67 yards. Bentley rolls left side, and a small crease was all that was there to get it to Pollard down the field. The extra point could make it 21-14 Tigers.
I don't know why it took you so long to call it. I saw it early.
No doubt.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step over.
6:29 to go in the second quarter. That quieted this crowd here, who's scoring touchdowns and having celebration penalties. Hold on. Bentley with an ad lib and Pollard with the second touchdown of the year. And Parker White comes on and caps it all. 21-14. And that changes everything. And that changed things because it was about to get out of hand with this crowd, that's for sure.
No question about it. And again, a good play call, moving Bentley away from the onward rush. When they get us into situations of 3rd and probably over 5, they tend to send those linebackers, put a lot of pressure on Bentley. Offensive line for Carolina so far, Todd, doing a really good job, giving Bentley enough time. Bentley 16 of 25, 216 yards in the first half and 2 touchdowns.
Well, Tommy to kick off for the Gamecocks. And the left footer runs up. High, end over end, returnable at the 2-yard line, taken by Kendrick. And Kendrick gets stumbled and then hit again at the 30-yard line. Carolina had a chance about 10 yards before that, Tommy, but couldn't break him down, and it's actually Keel Pollard who just caught the touchdown. It's a 27-yard return for the Tigers in good field position up at the 30-yard line.
Plenty of time to go in the second quarter, 6:23 to go. So
Clemson with 3 timeouts.
Yeah, a lot of fireworks left in this first half.
They've moved the last couple drives, 195 yards and 197 yards. So this is easy territory for them. 1st and 10 with ETN in the backfield. Pistol formation behind Lawrence. The freshman quarterback hands off. ETN trying to bounce to the outside, got some room at the 30. Towards the Gamecock bench and hit hard, knocked to the turf on that edge, but he gained 7 or 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and short for the Tigers. R.J. Roddick with a nice hit. Boy, he can make plays like that. He can play in the conference for a long time. It is a gain of 8 with 6:09 to go. 3 wide receivers to the left side for the Tigers, and they're all orange tonight, undefeated on the season, number 2 in the country. Lawrence. Again, ETN up the middle, blocking over the left side for ETN. Stood up, pushed back, but he did get the Tiger first down on a 4-yard run on that right hash mark. ETN needed 1 more rushing touchdown tonight. He could break the deadlock with Lester Brown and James Davis in 2006. And Gallman, of course, we all know, takes sole record of the touchdown record. He came in with 17. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Lawrence out of the gun again. ETN to his left. Fake inside, Lawrence in the pocket under some pressure. Now the big guy rolls left side, gonna run to 40, 45, 50. Lawrence down the field, finally runs out of bounds. Kinlaw is hurt back at the 30-yard line. He was the one pressuring, and he can't quite come up with it, and Lawrence makes him pay for it, runs out left side for 36 yards.
Well, Lawrence is 6'6", 215, 220, and you don't think about him as a running quarterback, Todd, but you know he can move it once he gets outside the pocket.
He came into the game with 40 rushes for 84 yards and just went 36 there. And Kinlaw has had a bad hip and groin, steps out, and I think he's mad Tommy's punching the turf down there because he knows if he was healthy, he might have had a better shot at getting Lawrence.
Yeah, no question about it. He's limping as he walks off. As you just said it, hopefully he'll get over there and get in the medical tent and get back because we need him.
Kinlaw came into the game with 39 total tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks. Lawrence now takes a Rodgers in motion across from him, fakes to him and hands up off the middle. That's Feaster in his second level. Feaster at the 5 and down to the 2-yard line. Adam Choice with the run that time. 24-yard gain on the play, right where Kinlaw just left.
Yeah, we had some guys late coming off blocks, reaching out with their arms. He just ran right through them.
First and goal to 1. Lawrence, a long delay, handoff inside. Choice into the end zone. 2-yard run. Boy, Trevor Lawrence with that long run for 36 yards. And then Choice took over there afterwards. And the Tigers are up 27-14, the extra point upcoming. Yeah, just 5 plays, 70 yards for Clemson. 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Greg Hugel set to kick the extra point. Snap it back, put it down. It's not had great snaps tonight. Gets that one down and up. Good job by the holder, Will Sweeney, on that one. And we'll stay here and talk to Langston on the Pelman Health Injury Report. Langston?
One of the things we were talking about was Keelan Thomas coming back. He's been out here, but Danny Fennell now has a bad eye, so it looks like they're pulling out some pressure, so that's not a good sign. Again, a guy that's been replacing Bryson Allen Williams, DJ Wanham, so again, it just gets more and more bad news for the Gamecocks, especially on defense.
Langston, did you say Danny Fennell?
Danny Fennell, yes sir, number 35.
Picking out the ice bag.
Wow.
I think we just got to suit up Langston and just take whatever the NCAA gives us.
Yeah. Stop the bleeding at this point.
I mean, gosh.
Tigers strike back in a hurry after the Gamecocks hit them with a 67-yard touchdown pass to Keel Pollard on 3rd down. And just like that, back on top. 2-touchdown lead, and Potter to kick off. End over end kick and over the head of Deebo Samuel. Plenty of time remaining, 4:49 in the first half. Carolina with 2 timeouts remaining. Getting cooler out here on a brisk, nice fall November evening.
Got lucky today, though, Todd. As you well know, last night in Greenville, raining sideways. This morning was nasty, clouds all over the place. But I guess around 3:30 or 4 it broke. And we've had a nice day.
Carolina hits the field now. The Tigers feeling themselves, trying to get this crowd back into it. They got Emery and Henry again, and Dylan Wanham goes right side, split out. And there's just one tackle. Now Deebo Samuel lines up in the slide. Clemson trying to adjust. Bentley wants to throw it out of this package. And Bentley's got Samuel wide open, the 45, run Deebo at the 30, 20, stun him Deebo, stun him in Memorial Stadium, 75 yards. Oh, Brian McClendon dialed it up. And number 1 got behind him in a hurry. Touchdown, Carolina.
That was so
Touchdown, Deebo Samuel. Just like that, boom, it's 28-20 with the extra point upcoming.
That was so easy. It was like...
the formation had him thrown right
did.
from the beginning.
And also, again, one-on-one blocking up front. Zach Bailey did a great job on Wilkins that time. Outstanding job up front by the offensive line.
Parker White might be kicking in an open Walmart parking lot. It's so quiet out there. Just stunned this stadium, and he gets the extra point.
I'm good on that math, man.
Here's Will Tommy to kick off again. Will, end over end kick, high, deep. Kendrick takes it. He's at the 10, 15, cutting back. Carolina there. They bring him down, but he's up to the 25-yard line. Nice kick, nice run, nice coverage on the play that time. 25-yard return, and the Tigers take back over. Damani Staley on the stop. It's good to see him back in there. He's the one of the few that have come back in.
Let it be said, when it was 6:49 to go in the first half, I said, there's plenty of time for more fireworks. Little did I know this is what we'd be seeing. And there's still plenty of time, 4:30. The way things going now, that'd be about 4 more scores.
Well, Clemson scored on 3 plays before. Carolina on 1 play to cut it back to 7. Lynn J. Dixon, the freshman from Butler, Georgia, comes in at tailback. He's gifted now. Lawrence out of the gun. He'll go to Lynn J. Dixon, and they'll break a tackle over to the left side. The second level cutting back, and finally steps out of the bounds. Carolina again, Tommy, had him about for a 2 or 3 yard gain, and the fresh legs of Dixon broke the tackle and gained 10.
Yeah, we're just not quite big enough, strong enough, or quite honestly, maybe good enough to get off some of the blocks and make those tackles. And of course, we're missing so many players on the defensive side. One of them could be making that. Sterling, Bryson Allen Williams, a lot of players we're missing.
Lawrence out of the shotgun again, takes the freshman to his right. 2 wide receivers into the boundary. Lawrence hands off to Dixon inside, making his way to the next level. Then up to the 45-yard line. Carolina trying to pull the football away. Ernest Jones a part of that tackle, and that looks to be right at the marker if it's not a first down.
Okay, these guys, they're playing hard as they can on defense, no question about it. This coaching staff is coaching hard as they can as well, so not taking anything away from the effort.
28-21 Tigers. They're at their own 45-yard line. Josh Belk into the ball game now on a second down and very short for Lawrence. Out of the gun. And handoff inside. Travis Etienne back in for the freshman. He runs up to the Tiger ball and gets the first down on a 5-yard gain on the play. And the clock rolling. Clemson got 3 timeouts remaining, plenty of time, really, as Etienne stutter stepped and took his time through there. Trevor Lawrence has gone at quarterback the whole day, 13 of 15, 180 yards and a touchdown. They hadn't thrown in about 2 or 3 series. He did throw a touchdown. Rosendo Lewis in the ball game now. And now they do go wide receiver screen out right side. Boy, not even hit for 5 or 10 yards. Finally knocked out of bounds on the play. And that's Kendrick on the play, De'Arion Kendrick. And he's got another Tiger first down. Can't get that on a 13-yard gain from a wide receiver screen.
Boy, it looks like to me there's some pretty good holding out there. Good gosh. By the wideouts of Clemson, particularly on Montag and Roderick.
They got it into Gamecock territory at the Carolina 37-yard line. 2 wide receivers into the boundary. That's the right side. Lawrence hands off right side. Not much going this time. And good stuff by Rosendo Lewis on Etienne over to the right side. So 1-yard gain on the play.
Be careful. We need to watch Lawrence keeping it on the outside. That time, Lewis Jr., linebacker, freshman, he looked at him, made sure he didn't have the ball. Then he came in, but we don't want that one-on-one matchup.
Etienne up to 54 yards on 12 carries now. He gets behind Lawrence over to the left side. 2:16 left in the half. Quiet crowd here right now. Lawrence does want to throw it this time. He goes back shoulder fake. T. Higgins incomplete. Good coverage by our freshman Mukwamu on the play. Israel Mukwamu on the Tiger bench, and Lawrence and Higgins can't quite hook up. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 with 2:08 to go in the half.
Yeah, they were going for the back shoulder throw, I believe, Todd, and just not there.
I think I see Kinlaw. David Spence, our spotter. Do I see number 3 back in there at nose tackle? We'll check. He's talking to his partner there. We'll turn his shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's him.
Kinlaw back in. And Lawrence now out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 9. In the pocket. Throws wide receiver screen. The wide receiver falls down. Incomplete pass. That's 4th down. The Tigers are going to walk away and step to the sideline. A conservative play call that time from Tony Elliott.
But it's been so good for them, and just not a good play call. Well, not a good pass that time by Lawrence. I believe they're going to go for it, Todd.
Or with 2:04 to go.
Yeah, got timeout call. Well, I don't know. Maybe they aren't. No, they're punting. They're punting.
Will Spears comes on to punt, the sophomore, with a 40.1 yard average, long of 63. We hope he kicks a 63-yarder now. Standing back just into zone territory at the 49. And a pooch punt, end over end. Nobody back for the Gamecocks, and the Tigers can't get it. It goes in the end zone.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
That was not a good play by Clemson. That ball, they could have caught it.
That looked
there.
like a bunch of cows in a pasture down the street here sitting around a pile of corn. Nobody can decide to go for it first.
So, I mean, guys, just grab it if you were Clemson. But Carolina gets a good break here. 20-yard line, 1:56 to go in the game.
All
First
right,
time.
Carolina got 2 timeouts remaining. They scored on one play before, and they come back and Henry again. Split out Dylan Wanham to the right side. Mon Denson's in the backfield. Bentley takes Debo in motion. They flip it to him. Debo on the end around, split out left side. Debo the cut, another one. Tigers with good pursuit towards the Gamecock bench, and they hold it to a 3-yard gain. So Emory and Henry, a big part of Carolina tonight. Kenneth Joseph slows that one down with 1:40 to go, clock running. Bentley quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Edwards moves over to the right side, empties the set. Plenty of time. Curl route. Edwards caught at the 34. One move to the 35. Drops his shoulder and gets over to about the 45-yard line, but hold on. A flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage at the 22.
Yeah, that didn't look good. Normally, when you drop it over there on the side like that, is something about maybe illegal procedure or possibly the defense being offside, but our guys are walking back.
Ineligible player downfield on the offense, number 1. He was covered up and went downfield on the pass. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, second half.
Boy, the rarity from Debo Samuel. I can't remember the last penalty was on him. A 21-yard gain is negated, Tommy. That would have really given you some help of getting the ball down. You get one screen or two, and next thing you know, Parker White's kicking a field goal. But this backs it all the way up to the Carolina 19-yard line.
Still 1:24 to go to Todd. How many timeouts Gamecocks got? 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah.
All right. Temperature's getting cooler. Jake Bentley rubs his hands. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Nobody in the backfield. 3-man rush. Bentley, quick throw to the outside. Got a man wide open who can't stay in bounds. Casey Crosby with the catch easily for 7 yards, but nobody with him. He could have gone up the sideline.
That's 2 passes in a row, Todd. We have had people wide open. There's no one there. Clemson was double teaming the guy that released down the middle of the field, and no one's in the flat.
Tigers in a 4-man front. Bentley back to work, wants to throw it. Got plenty of time. Curl route, picked off. Tigers have got Bentley at the 35-yard line. J.D. Davis, the local Clemson product. After the Gamecocks get a stop, Bentley tried to go curl route late. Pretty good play by J.D. Davis, really.
Yep. Bentley just didn't see him, and it's hard to. It's just dangerous to go late across the middle if you're a quarterback. But that time, if he'd have waited just a little bit and let Davis clear the route, he'd have been sitting in there perfectly. But now this game can change right here with 1:07 to go in the first half.
Carolina's got 315 total yards of offense. 302 of those are with Bentley throwing the football, but he makes his first big mistake. Now the Tigers come in with 1:07 to go, and with that 28-21 lead. In the first half, Lawrence in the pocket, wants to go to the air. Down the sideline, comeback route, caught the 10. Flag on the play, into the end zone. Amari Rogers, one play, but hold on. Let's make sure it's not offensive pass interference. It's pass interference for sure, just who's it on?
Pass interference. Offense, number 3. 15-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
The rare push off from the offensive player caught, and he saw what I saw from this far away was Rogers' hands extending. That's the problem you can't get away with. So Rogers with the catch and turn on the comeback route.
I think
got caught with a push off.
I think I saw that today when Auburn-Alabama game tied, where the guy caught a long pass for Auburn rather for a touchdown. Looked to me several times on TV that had the arm extended, but they didn't call it. That one was a good call right there, though.
Yeah, this really puts the Tigers back to midfield. Rashad Fenton was defending on the play, and Lawrence now's got to line up at the Carolina 48-yard line. Just exactly 1 minute to go. 1st and 25 for Lawrence. Carolina looking like they want to press and blitz. They do not. They rush 3. Lawrence, quick throw to the outside, got his man, and then knocked down immediately on the play for Rosendo Lewis. Good job coming out on the tackle on Amari Rogers. 8-yard gain on the play with 53 seconds and timeout Tigers.
The game clock to 55 seconds. 55 seconds. That's a 30-second timeout.
Boy, you saw the arm on Lawrence on that play, Tom. He really gunned it out there with Rosendo Lewis getting out in the flat. He was able to whiz it by his ear and strike out there. He's been everything that they thought he was. He was a 5-star quarterback, #1 quarterback in the country. Had guts to come in behind Deshaun Watson, behind Kelly Bryant, who was 11-2 as a starter at South Carolina, but then he just flat out won the job. He's done all the work so far, throwing the football. Out of the gun, light slate. He fakes inside, backs up, almost stumbles. Now lines up, throws way back across the field for Renfro. Got him at the 25. Carolina tries to strip it away, can't do so with Montag. But it's a 15-yard gain on the play. They needed 17 for a first down. With 45 seconds to go, they take another timeout, and they'll have one remaining.
Well, you just got to give credit to Lawrence that time, Todd, because he was able to move around the pocket enough to buy time, and Carolina just dropped a lot of people out in coverage. Didn't rush with 3 people, maybe 4 people at the most, and just couldn't get to him. And Renfro just seems to find that wide open space when he has to.
I know one thing, Tommy. If I was Trevor Lawrence, who's already got a skilled offensive line, and I hear Bryson Allen Williams is out, DJ Wanham is out, Kinlaw's been out a couple of times, Danny Fennell's been hurt back in as well. That gives you confidence in the pocket. There's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're eyeballing anybody or not, you know their 4 best rushers are not going to be in the game.
I agree with that. And I'll tell you, folks, Clemson's got a good defense. Alabama does. All these people do. But no team can stand the injuries on defense with the starters and survive and be as good as they normally are. I don't care how deep you are.
Here's Lawrence down a 3rd down and 2. He's going to run the football up the middle, and they got it on a first down with Trevin Feaster. Now they're going to line back up in a hurry as the clock runs at 42. It should when they reset it. 41. Lawrence under center. Snaps the football. Got 1 timeout remaining, but they burn a down with 38 seconds to go in the half. They are up by 7. #2 team in the country. Nobody scored in the last 3 ball games on them, more than just a couple of touchdowns in total. No more than 16 points. And now Lawrence sets back up quickly after they mark it. 2nd down and 10 after they spike the football. 2 wide receivers each side. Carolina on a blitz up the middle. Lawrence, fade route, left side. He wants Ross, and it's thrown out of bounds, and no penalty on the play. And that's Keyshawn Nixon covering. Again, another back shoulder type throw, Tommy, and pretty good coverage by Carolina.
Yeah, pretty good coverage and good call by the official because Carolina got lucky on that one, I think.
That ball's out of bounds, so
But he
I
said-
think it's the right one.
Yeah, the official said he was over it. Does this sign by moving over his head
Not
with his
catchable.
left hand, which means it's not catchable. So
All right, they line up with 4 wide receivers again now. Clock at 34 seconds left. 3rd and 10 for Lawrence. He's getting a quiet crowd. A little bit of movement, no call. In the pocket, guns it down the middle, dropped. Ross dropped it on a post route. The same matchup left side. And Ross, it was a little low on the play, and they're going to bring out the field goal unit, at least show it with Greg Hugel, and that's a win for the Gamecocks, and it comes at the expense of a drop pass.
yeah, you got to catch that one if you're Ross, and he knows that. Everybody knows that because the pass was a little low, but quarterback can't be perfect. Receivers here at Clemson are very good receivers, and certainly he should have caught that one.
Hugel to line up off the left hash mark on a 39-yard attempt. He's 9 of 12 on the year with a long of 45. Let's block one, get a little momentum. Snap it back, put it down. Not a great snap. Hugel gets it off. No good, you darn right. And the Tigers, dejected, come back towards the near sideline. The Gamecocks are going to take the football with 25 seconds remaining in the first half, down just 7 to the #2 team in the country.
No, those 2 big stops right there on defense. Number 1, we forced Clemson to punt for the first time, and we got the ball down on the 20-yard line. It should have been on the 1-yard line, but Clemson messed up. We got it on the 20. The interception, they took it over on the 33, Carolina's 33, and came out with no points.
All right, now I'm getting greedy. Let's go score.
You are.
25 seconds
I'm
remaining.
getting greedy. I need to go to the bathroom.
28-21. They'll take a
They're gonna
knee
take
with
it.
Jake Bentley and
I'm
step to
liking it.
that
I'm liking it.
locker room.
I'm liking it.
We're going to get Langston Moore with Will Muschamp, and I think we got him right now.
Yeah, Coach, first half we had 6 possessions. We got some big stops there in the last half that missed that field goal, got overcame that turnover.
Well, we're hanging by a thread. We lost Danny Fennell, Dennis, and Bryson aren't playing. Our guys are playing their butts off. We got about 4 true freshmen in this environment. They're playing as hard as they can play. We're a little limited in what we can do.
Yeah, these guys are finishing strong. That's what we got to do to finish the game. I'll let you get to the guys in the locker room. Back up to you guys in the booth.
That's Will Muschamp with our own Langston Moore. Carolina just down 7, and they put 21 on the nation's #1 scoring defense. You know what's next. Brent Johnson in the Bud Light halftime report coming up on the Gamecock IMG Sports Network.
Clemson up 28-21. Let's go back to Clemson and the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis. Todd?
Brent, thank you so much. Appreciate Bud Light, too, for their halftime reports all year long. Gamecocks lost the toss. Clemson elected to take the second half. They deferred, and Carolina hops out on the field on a night where the temperatures are dipping into the 40s now, but still gorgeous for football. Thanks for being with us on the Gamecock IMG Sports Network, 116th version of Carolina versus Clemson. And the Gamecocks right now kind of stunning this crowd. They're down by 7, but Clemson was holding teams to an average of 254 yards of total offense. Carolina in the half at 3:14. And Will Tommy will kick off the football. The left-handed and left-footed kicker kicks off to Kendrick. And it's a touchback on the play. Come out to the 25-yard line. Tommy, the Tigers scored on their first 4 series, and then Gamecocks got 2 stops. And really, if you could get 2 or 3 stops a half, that's pretty good against this offense right now. As depleted as Carolina is, no Danny Fennell, no Bryson Allen Williams, no DJ Wanham, no J.C. Horn for Carolina.
No Jam Williams.
No Jam Williams, and a bunch of others who've been out for a while. Carolina, though, even down some tonight. And here's Trevor Lawrence set out with ETN in the backfield. They'll start with ETN straight up the middle again. It was over 50 yards rushing in that first half, and grinds his way up the middle for 8 yards. Tigers not bashful about running the football in the first half. They had 178 yards rushing and threw it well when they wanted to. Lawrence again in a hushed crowd here with a 4-man front in front of him, 3 wide receivers left side. And it's a quick wide receiver screen. And the Gamecocks are out there in a hurry. Rosendo Lewis, what a great job from the linebacker spot on Amari Rogers. And for the first time tonight, no gain on that play, and it comes from the freshman linebacker. Excellent job by Lewis, who's been trying to find a way to get in the lineup. They said he will strike you, he can hit you. He's been having a little difficulty coming up with the calls and finding it, but man, he did on that play. And that brings up 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers. Just underway here in the second half. Tigers up 28-21. Lawrence out of the backfield. It'll be ETN up the middle. And a first down for ETN. Brunson drags him down, but he gets all the way across the 40-yard line on a 9-yard gain on the play. Tigers convert. Boy, really been going right up the middle right now at that time. Carolina's got Kinlaw in the ball game. And Brunson up the middle along with Kobe Smith. Kinlaw went out. Looked like he was hampered again by that hip and groin. He's been fighting through it for a while. So on a first down with 13:28 to go in the third quarter. Lawrence back to work and running again. And that's ETN over the right side. And ETN, there's a flag on the play, and it might be face masking on the Gamecocks. This came up on the edge on the play. Rosendo Lewis, freshman linebacker from
Personal
Deerfield
foul,
Beach, Florida.
face mask on the defense. Number 42, 15-yard penalty, first down.
He was an early enrollee, was Lewis, and he just got the hand up in the face mask of ETN on that one.
Really surprised Clemson hadn't gone more to that run, but on the outside a little bit because of the weakness. Well, not the weakness necessarily, but I guess it is the way weakness based on all the guys being injured there. Playing second and third teamers out there.
Adam Choice into the ball game now for ETN. First down for the Tigers. They've got it at the Carolina 35-yard line. Choice over the left side, down behind that big offensive line. Choice still grinding inside the Carolina 30-yard line. All on the ground so far. They're taking a playbook, Tommy, of the Florida Gators, and not messing around here. Shanique Blackshear makes the stop, and not before a 6-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, what that does is just tires you out. It just beats you up front. We've rotated a lot of people this year up front. Lance Thompson, defensive down coach, has. But regardless, when you got people out, you run into a team like Clemson, they'll kind of grind you down.
2nd down and 5 after the choice run. And they'll go in with again, left side. Met in the pocket by Sherrod Green, with Choice trying to drive it back. Now the Gamecocks push as they try to rip the football out. It's a 3-yard gain on the play with Green making that stop. Boy, Kinlaw's hobbling off again, Tommy, on the bench.
Yeah, he's playing hurt. So many of these guys are playing so hard. Playing hurt, playing everything you can out there. Just gutsy performance.
First drive of the second half of the Tigers, and they got a man on late. And they'll set up and wait for him. Garrett Williams, the Knoxville fullback, comes in. Etienne is behind him. 3rd down and 2. 11:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. Motion in front of Lawrence. Mari Rogers sets up the right side. Now they're going to reset. 2 seconds left on the play clock, and Dabo Swinney wants a timeout. The freshman quarterback maybe makes a mistake there for the first time today as Dabo raises his hands and looks like, what are you doing? Looking back to the sideline with 2 seconds left on the play clock. So there's timeout on the field. We'll be back on the Gamecock IMG Sports. It's a 3rd down and 2 with 11:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's still 28-21 Tigers, their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And they were a little conservative with Lawrence in the first half at the end of it. Let's see how they do here on 3rd down. He's got Etienne to his left. Carolina crowding the line of scrimmage. Etienne over the left side. Got the first down inside the 20-yard line. There's a flag on the play. And Carolina's clapping like this may go against them. Ricky Sandage is clapping his hands.
Clemson's walking back to the huddle, too, so I think it must have been holding. We'll see.
Holding. Offense. Number 75. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 3rd
Boy,
down.
that's Mitch Hyatt, their All-American from Sugar Hill, Georgia, an Outley Trophy candidate. And he's matched up against Ricky Sandage. I don't even know how we're fielding this team right now, frankly. They're not scoring every 2 or 3 plays.
Well, we got
It's
4.
unbelievable.
We got 4 true freshmen on the field right now on defense against the number 2 team in the country. But that time, no wonder he had plenty of room because he just actually pulled Sanders down.
And that brings it to a 3rd and 12 after the penalty. They back up Lawrence. And now Fenton playing in the slot. Sherrod Green goes out and covers him. And Lawrence wants to throw the football across the middle, down the middle, at the 15-yard line, a diving Renfro. Hunter Renfro on a perfect throw from Lawrence. Not much you can do on that one. They got the right guy on him, and Fenton with a 25-yard gain. Good gracious.
I tell you, though, Renfro just makes the plays. They just throw it. You just got to give him credit. You got to give that young man credit.
Lawrence, after the first down, the penalty doesn't do the Gamecocks any justice, and they'll go back to the ground game. Etienne over the left side, getting to the edge. Montag holds on to the hips and gets him out of bounds on that far sideline. A gain of 6. And they'll be just outside or on the Carolina 5-yard line. And Mukwamu, it looks like another corner goes down. And the freshman quarterback is laying over there towards the Gamecock bench, reeling back and forth. I saw him grab his calf, and then he looked at Coach T-Rob, Tommy, and got some indication he better get down if he can't go, and he's done just that.
Yeah, our training staff was late. They didn't see him out there. He's kind of rolled around on the field by himself out there, but finally they recognized someone was down over there. Not their fault, of course, but...
Coach Muschamp looks at Mukwamu, and they'll work on him. Looks like it even could be a cramp, Tommy, on a night that's in the 40s, but he does look like he might be cramping.
It does look that way because they've got the leg, the pain lifted off the ground, and they're playing with it a little bit. Normally, if it's
Yeah, they're certainly not
that,
moving around, and somebody else is helping if it's a
Here
tear or a strain or a stressor. Otherwise, Will Muschamp, what an unbelievable job they've done with patchwork defense tonight to come in. We got a long way to go. It could get ugly, and the Gamecocks could win it for that matter. But just remarkable plan tonight.
And he's
trying to be in this ball game.
And you know, as I do, Todd. Thanksgiving week, but he was very positive about everything, and a lot of fun this week at practice, and a lot of good things happening. He wasn't intimidated at all, and not let this football team be that way.
So they got Mukwamu up. And Dexter Lawrence working off the left hash mark with 2 wide receivers into the boundary. Now they run him in motion across his face. Fake inside, run up the middle with ETN. And he drags a Carolina player down to about the 2-yard line or so. He needs to get to the 2 to get a first down. And Tigers have got a man down tonight. So back-to-back injuries, 1 for the Gamecocks and 1 for Clemson. And the Tigers are threatening. They just had an injury as well. Their left guard, John Simpson, 6'4", 330-pounder, was knocked out of the ball game. They got it in great field position, 1st and goal at the Carolina 2-yard line. 10:32 to go in the third. Lawrence has gone all the way at quarterback. ETN's the quarterback, behind the quarterback over the left side. Carolina puts a hand down right at that 1-yard line. And 2 wide receivers into the boundary line side. ETN straight at the middle. Pounds goes into the end zone. 2-yard run by Travis ETN. And the first drive of the second half yields a touchdown for the Tigers. 34-21 is the score with 10:21 to go in the third quarter. And so Carolina just couldn't slow him down, Tommy. Had one chance with that long third down, and as you said, throw it to Hunter Renfro, and he comes up with a football play right down the middle of the field. Hugel to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Tigers start off that second half like they wanted to. With 302 yards passing to Carolina's 314 yards of total offense. And here's Potter to kick off. And this is at the 1-yard line. Deebo Samuel bringing it up the far hash. Deebo at the 20, runs in the back of a couple of guys, and they get him around the ankles and bring him down. So no big return yet for Deebo Samuel. And here comes Jake Bentley, by the way. And Jake Bentley, on a personal note, needs just 15 yards passing in the second half to break our own Tommy Suggs mark of 316 yards for the most by a South Carolina quarterback versus Clemson. And Suggs,
Run the football, guys. Run the.
That's right. That record's been there a long time, Tommy.
Way
well
too
done,
long.
brother.
Way too long. Thank you. Hope he doubles it.
Jake Bentley out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, left side. Tailback is Von Denson. They fake to him. Bentley wants to look down the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open, caught at the 45, and Pollard can't keep his feet. And Pollard gets it right up towards midfield on a 27-yard reception. There's that overload, Tommy, and the safeties don't know who to go with. Nice job by Bentley looking off to the right side and back to the left.
There's also the tight end release down the middle of the field, too, which is a good play.
Emory and Henry into the boundary this time. They pump fake, throw to Deebo Samuel. Deebo into Clemson territory, and another Carolina first down. Oh, nice job by Jake Bentley not throwing into the arms of a defender. A 10-yard gain on the play. And Carolina moves the chains.
The defender was out there. I believe it was Bryant, the defensive end. He was out there, but Bentley faked him. He left his feet. Deebo moved to the left side there with the play.
Emory and Henry again into the boundary. They run Von Denson up the middle this time. One of the few runs so far, and it's just a 1-yard gain. Clemson, you know, Tommy, we ran that to the wide side of the field in the first half, and now twice they've run it into the boundary, and we'll see if Clemson can figure out what to do. Of course, folks, that's where they run the tackle, want him out, and they stack him up like a split end. Get back in the conventional 3 wide receiver set this time. Josh Fannin in the ball game. Bentley in the pockets under some pressure. Jake's going to go down. Back beyond the 50-yard line. And that's Christian Wilkins, who scored a touchdown here tonight. The defensive tackle goes -9 on the play. Jake just held it too long on that one, Tommy.
Yeah, he really did. And just again, though, Wilkins did make a good move up through the middle of that time to beat one of our guys and get in there. So we've normally been able to hold him out, not that time.
Donnell Stanley had him right over the nose, and he got by Donnell. And that brings up 3rd down and 17 with 8:45 to go. Movement. And we shall see 3 sacks.
Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Movement right side that time by Dylan Wadham.
That's 2.
That was a night by him.
Yeah. Yep. Another true freshman player. boy, this bodes well for Carolina in the future. All these freshman players show that we've been doing a good job recruiting the last few years. And you come to Carolina, you're a player as a freshman. You don't have to wait.
Kyle Markway checks in along with Josh Vann. Crowd likes this. 3rd down and 22. Long tension to the right of Bentley. Shotgun snap. Bentley steps up in the pocket. He's got some time. Guns it down for Markway. Incomplete. Well covered on the play and a push. They're late by Tigers' Tanner Muse. No penalty called. And Joseph Charlton stepping on the punt if the Tigers get stopped. Tommy, you hate that. 3 really good plays to start the drive. Then it sputters with some penalties and the sack.
Well, also, we had that tempo going, then we stopped. Then we stopped the tempo, looked to the sideline, tried to get the perfect play, and just didn't make it work. So they know a lot more than I do, but boy, that tempo just tends to work against even good defensive teams because they can't get set. You control the play, not the defense.
Joseph Charlton step up to punt it and does so. Wow. Rogers back to receive. This is going to bounce right at the goal line and through the back of the end zone. A crushing punt by Joseph Charlton backs up the Tigers. Another 55-yarder. There will be a touchback, and we'll be back as the Tigers get the ball back again for the second time in the second half. They lead at 35-21 with 8:08 to go in the third. We'll be back.
I know you're tired of hearing it, but it's so true, and it's only fair to mention that because no defense in America could suffer with the injuries Carolina's defense has and play at the level we want to play at. So it is what it is, and we move on with it. And our coaching staff and players just playing their guts and coaching their guts out to try to be competitive here tonight.
Davian Feaster in the ball game at tailback, and Lawrence wants to fake to him and throw the crossing route backside, and he's got his man, Justin Ross, on the play. Little inside on the RPO and a 14-yard gain to move the chains for the Tigers. Not one. Let me check here. I think Sherrod Green is in. Check that. That is Brunson. So no front 4 starters in as they run the football again, right side. Feaster trying to break away at the 50-yard line. Carolina trying to strip the football away. And Steve Montek can't do so at Carolina's 49-yard line, but a 17-yard gain on the play.
We need to try to stop stripping the ball and try to get him down, but I don't blame him in that case. So we had him held up, and he was trying to strip it. Good play. 1st
and 10, the Tigers at Gamecock. Early 48-yard line with a 4 wide receiver set. Lawrence wants to throw it, pump fake. Trying to go down the field, now it's in trouble, rolls left side, throws late down the sideline. It looked to be out of bounds. It was. On the far sideline, by the Gamecock bench.
Good coverage.
Yeah, nice job. Justin Ross was the receiver, actually caught it, but his feet were out of bounds. You could see that from all the way over here at the stadium. Carolina 6-4 in the season. Tigers undefeated, trying to get back to the college football playoff. And there's some teams that lost around them today, including the Michigan Wolverines.
Also, Pittsburgh got thumped today by Miami, who they play Clemson, that is, next week.
2nd down. Lawrence wants to throw again. Backside post wide open. T. Higgins on a crossing route to 28. Higgins at the 20. Still on his feet. He's trying to strip the football away. Can't do so. And he's inside the 15-yard line. 34-yard gain on the play. Higgins wide open on the end route, Tom. You can't have that from Rashad Fenton. He's your senior.
That's exactly right. He just was out of coverage that time and gave him way too much space. A little RPO run, and got to respect the run, but not Fenton. He's got to cover closer.
6:58 to go in the third quarter. It's 35-21. Clemson. We're threatening again inside Carolina 15. They run the football with choice left side of the 10-yard line. Still on his feet. And that's actually Tavian Feaster. The junior goes into the end zone. The 13-yard run will play. And that's a 20-point lead with the extra point upcoming, 41-21. Crashing them a lot of ways, either for the run or the pass that time. RPOs and on the ground.
That's why, again, your offense, we just got to be productive every time we can. We knew Clemson would be successful against the defense tonight.
Hugo will set down to attempt the extra point, and he's got it. 42-21. And Tommy, they played it perfectly. They won the toss. They deferred to the second half. And then they get the touchdown stop and then score again. That's really tough to come back from behind that second half strategy.
It really is, and you gotta think too. The defensive unit for Clemson, for Carolina rather, so depleted. We've said it so many times, but that strategy works right into that. And Carolina just got to continue to be successful offensively, and got to get a break or two here and there, and got to get back in this game a little bit. So far, Feaster tonight, he's rushed it 8 times for 64 yards. Etienne is still the leading rush, 18 for 91 yards. And Lawrence, a good night, 20 of 27, 291 yards and 1 touchdown. Higgins has caught 5 for 115 and 1 touchdown.
And Potter set to kick off, low line drive. And about halfway back, the end zone, a touchback. And Carolina on a night where they have struggled to create anything other than through the air, 344 passing yards. And Jake Bentley, as we mentioned, passed our own Tommy Suggs for the most passing yards against the Clemson Tigers. And we're going to need him and everyone else tonight to be a part of that. As they step back out on the field, trailing now 42-21. Tigers gave up that 21 in the first half. They had only given up 3 total touchdowns in the first half. Bentley to go to work, throwing the outside, got Brian Edwards caught at the 29, tried to spin away, and does not gain anything other than the 4 yards he got after he caught it. Isaiah Simmons in on the tackle on the play. Carolina moving quickly up the line of scrimmage. 6:29 left in the third. 3 wide receivers left side, 4-man front for Clemson. Bentley, another wide receiver screen. Shi Smith this time. Got some room at the 30, 35. Down the Clemson sideline, knocked out of bounds. That's a Carolina first down. Shi Smith with a career night receiving. He came in with a high of 5, and now he's got 8 on the evening. 8 on the evening on that 11-yard gain on the play.
89 yards with that 8-2, Todd. So he got a good shot at breaking 100 yards tonight, received.
4 wide receivers. 2 split out way to the right for Bentley. Denson's in the backfield. Crosby comes in motion, sits down over to the right side. Clemson shifting around. Bentley in the pocket, wants to throw it. Guns it over to the right side and over the head of Brian Edwards, the intended receiver on the play. And Denson continues to take up for his quarterback, Tommy. Xavier Thomas in the face of Bentley that time. Denson came over there and, out of word, pushed him away. And with 5:54 to go in the third quarter, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Jacob August and Casey Crosby come in. That screenplay in the first half for a first down be a good one right now, as the Tigers going to be lining up to come. And got some movement right side.
Crosby jumped.
I think that's the 4th false start.
False start. Offense. Number 3. 5-yard penalty. 2nd half.
4th false start of the night. 2nd one of the half, Tommy. This is the 2nd drive for the Gamecocks. That can't ever happen with a wide receiver.
No, Crosby really doesn't make many mistakes like that. That's one of the first penalties of that sort I can remember him having in a long time, maybe ever. He just doesn't do that. Good heady player.
Clock stopped at 5:54. 2nd down and 15 upcoming. The Tigers sense it, so they love to come up and load the front 4 and go. Bentley to go to work with Denson to his right. Blitzing up the middle, but Denson up the middle's got some room. And across the 40 gets a bunch back. With a hard run, and runs into Tanner Muse and punishes him after a 7-yard gain on the play. A reasonable now 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Clock running with 5:37. 5 wide receivers set. Bentley out of the gun. Got a man down the middle. Jacob August got a catch at the 41. They cut him down immediately, but Jacob holds on, and the Tiger does not get up so quickly. August with a big body. He's got to come out of the ball game as he got hit low as he caught and turned. 17-yard gain, and Denzel Johnson is the Tiger that's hurt, but he doesn't come out.
5th reception of the year for August.
Bentley, first down, running the ball. Left side, Montenson's got some room, breaks the tackle at the 35. Finally gets tripped up around the 31-yard line. He's gotten almost no one to help him tonight, and there his legs caught up with him. A 9-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and very short upcoming. Keel Pollard comes in. He splits out left side with Debo. Brian Edwards is all alone right side. But it'll be Mondenson up the middle. Big collision at the 30-yard line. First down, Gamecocks. Boy, Mon gave up his body there. The running back's got to come out after the first down. 212-pound junior from LaGrange, Georgia. 245 yards coming into the ball game.
Battle in for it. Rico.
37 yards. Check that, 39 yards on 11 carries now. Rico Dowdle comes in, but Bentley wants to fake the throw and hand to Rico on a draw play. Left side, another creative wrinkle from Brian McClendon. Handoff on a little cutback zone play. Good for 6 yards from Dowdle, who's hampered himself on the evening with a bad ankle.
Good blocking on the left side.
3 wide receivers, and Bentley goes quickly to work. Wide receiver screen. Got Debo on the outside. They get one block. Debo trying to break away. He dives down to about the 20-yard line. I think that's another first down from number 1. We'll check the spot it is. Well, I frankly don't know if it's fog or smoke. It is a first down for Carolina. A lot of fog or smoke is out here, Tommy, from either halftime or it's starting to get foggy out here at Memorial Stadium.
Samuel
far sideline looking a little rough.
Samuel now 7 catches, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Barkway and Keel Pollard and Bentley in the shotgun. Down the middle of the field over the head of Barkway. Bentley knows he had him. It was only a sliver down the near hash, and Bentley overshot him a little bit. Barkway not much in the vertical leap field, did not get up to get it. And that'll bring up second down and 10. 3:42 to go in the third. Carolina's down 42-21.
August may have caught that, Todd. Taller, a little more athletic, possibly going up after. Caught 5 passes this year already. Jacob August caught 1 touchdown pass against Florida.
11th play of the drive for the Gamecocks on this offensive series. Clock down to 10 as they break the huddle. And Bentley steps with Denson now back in the ball game. Tigers crowd the line of scrimmage. Denson going to the far sideline at the 15, 10, 5. Knock him out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Make that the 4. Brian McClendon running a sweep play towards the boundary. And Denson got a great block on the right side, Tommy, and almost got to the end zone.
I think the guy over there that made the good block was Daly, I believe. But here we go, Todd. Back
16-yard gain. And Mondenson again. This time he slips at the 5-yard line. He falls forward for maybe 1 or 2. And Denson's cleats just not holding the turf here at Memorial Stadium. That and the exhausted legs he's had. He's played almost every snap. He's back to the right of Bentley again. Shotgun snap again. Denson left side down to about the 1 or 2-yard line. And that brings up third down. Tried to sneak one in with that same play to Rico Dowdle. And it'll be 3rd and goal. They're calling it from the 3. It looks closer to that. Hold on. With 2:55 remaining in the third quarter.
Down here one other time, not able to put it in. So Gamecocks went for it on 4th. Would probably certainly do that now, but we need to score now. I'd fake it inside, get on the corner, pitch it on the, or keep it or something. I don't know. So we go.
Riddle's in at fullback. True tailback. And now there's a timeout on the field. And we'll see who called it.
Timeout. Clemson. That's their second of the half.
They didn't like that lineup at all. Carolina will take a timeout, and after a long drive, we'll be back. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3. They're down 42-21 on the Gamecock IMG Sports Network. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Spencer Eason Riddle in at fullback. Mondenson's at tailback. 1 wide receiver to the right side. Bentley under center. Looks back. From the Tiger 3. Toss sweep, right side, Denson. Trying to get to the edge, will not be able to do so. Maybe no gain on the play, and here comes 4th down. The kicking team gets up off the bench, and we shall see. Oh, just another Carolina chance on 4th down to go for it. Fog setting in here. Carolina's already gone for it. 4th and goal, and did not convert with 2:11 remaining in the third quarter, down 42-21. They'll line up again to do so. Rico Dowdle's into the ball game right now at tailback. Timeout. Will Muschamp runs over and calls timeout.
First charge timeout, South Carolina.
So each team
That's a
grinding
30-second
hard
timeout.
on this series, Tommy. Big time. as Carolina tries to claw its way back into this ball game.
Yeah, no question about it. Clemson, on the previous drive, 80 yards in 5 plays. On this drive so far, Gamecocks on the 2 or 3 yard line. And this drive already tied 14 plays for Carolina.
Now, good time off the clock that the tired and worn out defense has gotten a rest. The Gamecocks have been able to stay out during this drive. But here, you got to punch it in. Mondenson, Tommy, on that run towards the boundary, just got caught and knocked out. And you just knew at that point it was going to get tough. As Carolina, on the last time down here, as you pointed out, tried to throw it 3 times on corner routes, did not convert. They ran the first 2 times down here and then ran the toss sweep with Mondenson. It does not pick it up. They may have lost a half a yard on that play as well with Mondenson.
Yeah, I just think he needs some misdirection too. You know, it's hard to run against probably the best defensive line in the country in short yardage situations like this. The Gamecocks tried it 3 times and a little misdirection, something a little different. Try to get some athletes to the ball.
Keel Pollard's in the ball game along with Jacob August. He's to the right, up Bentley. Watch the lead option. There's a flag thrown a play. I think some Tigers are throwing something from the end zone. I think some fans were throwing objects onto the field.
Delay a game on the defense. Disconcerting signals. Half the distance. 4th down.
Wait, Clemson? Cheat?
You know,
I can't imagine that.
that may have had something to do with Wanham jumping off twice.
4 times now in total.
Crosby going off too. Those guys just haven't done that. So
You can't scream out signals or indicate like you're calling out a cadence if you're a defensive lineman. And they got caught. And that takes it down to the 2. So it's 4th and goal from the 2. Bentley with Rico Dowdle to the right. Out of the shotgun. He wants to throw it. Looking in the pocket. Back in the end zone. Tipped away. Incomplete. And the Tigers hold on 4th and goal from the 2. Deebo Samuel, the intended receiver. So hard to throw it into those little windows. And Tommy, frankly, when we got the penalty, I thought we were going to try to run the football in from that time.
I didn't. I'm not sure. Yeah, I agree.
I saw a couple of wide receivers jumping up and down like they might have been open. But Carolina can't convert, just like they can't convert on 4th down in the first half. And with 1:57 to go in the 3rd, the Tigers take over, leading 42-21.
You know, I tell you, this ball game so far been a very entertaining ball game. Clemson getting the muscle a little bit here, but twice inside the 5 yard line, you come away with no points. That hurts.
Travis Etienne in the backfield, they'll hand to him. He's bouncing his way up the middle and spinning, and Carolina now pushes him back. The running back, the whistle blows. The Tigers don't like that he got pushed into the end zone. Ernest Jones and Stephen Montack on the tackle. The ball got down on the ground, but whistle was blown well before that play. Boy, nice hit by Ernest Jones. I think he's going to be something, Tommy, up the middle, along with Sherrod Green. Boy, the fog is really setting in now. 2nd down and 6 after the run with 1:20 to go in the 3rd. Lawrence, wide receiver screen thrown to the outside. Call it the 10. 1st down for the Tigers as they get up to the 15. Kendrick, nice job by Lawrence, Tommy, because Carolina blitzed off that edge and they threw right to where the blitz was coming from.
Yeah, good call. They read it. They see film and tape like we do. And good play call and well designed. They really run that play well. A lot of it has to do with getting the ball out there quickly, let the guys run in space, but also the blocking downfield.
Lawrence down a fresh set of downs with that 42-21 lead. Going to run the football again up the middle, pounding and up to the 20-yard line. And that's a 6-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 4 upcoming for the Tigers. 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
I thought that was a flag on the field, but it's not. It looks like it's a hand guard or some type of piece of equipment that's on the field. And some players don't seem to be concerned about it because they're stepping all over it.
Etienne, who's gotten the career record for touchdowns in a season, or single season record at 18 now. It's up to 101 yards rushing on 20 carries. Lawrence pitches it back on the speed sweep left side. That's Kendrick down the far sideline up to about the 40-yard line. Little speedster from Rock Hill, South Carolina at 6 foot, 195 pounds. South Point High School finally gets cut down by Mukwemu. And that's a 19-yard gain on the play. And that will end the third quarter. Going to the fourth, the Gamecocks put 21 on them in the first half, but did not score in the third quarter. We'll come back. Memorial Stadium. Tigers up 42-21. They get this place lit up, and they've got it a 42-21 lead.
Well, we've had our chances. No question about that. We've played exceptional football here tonight against a very good football team, but inside the 5-yard line twice and no points. I don't second guess going for it on fourth down, but we've got to come away with some points.
Flip ends of the field. From east to west goes Trevor Lawrence. They're going to run the football, sweeping left side. Rosendo Lewis, great job coming back along with Kobe Smith. They wouldn't let him get to the edge. On Lynn J. Dixon, the freshman from Butler, Georgia, second leading rusher on the team. Haven't seen much of him tonight. A lot of choice, a lot of ETN. And Dixon gets a 1-yard gain on the play. Second down and 9 upcoming. Just underway in the fourth quarter. 42-21. Lawrence out of the gun. Shotgun snap. Fakes it. Wants to go left side. It's under some pressure. Going to run. Gets chased out of bounds on the Clemson bench. Pushed out really at the 46 of the Tigers. So it's a 5-yard gain on the play. Tell me, every time we've had that pressure on him, he's had one way to go tonight out of bounds. And Lawrence has found that space to get into.
He really has. He's a very heady guy. He sees the field exceptionally well and, just very smart. That's why he was one of the top, if not the top quarterback in America. And he certainly backed that up, but he's also had plenty of time to throw tonight, except for a few times, and then he's responded.
ETN back in the ball game at tailback. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Just under 14 minutes left in the ball game. Lawrence out of the gun. It will be ETN bouncing his way into Gamecock territory. At the 40, they trip him up to 35 on the Tiger bench. Keeson Nixon with the tackle, but not before ETN gets a first down. Boy, Tommy, every time they need it, they go to big number 9, and he can get it for them.
They go behind Hyatt over there, too, on that left side, that All-American offensive tackle they have. And, Todd, if we don't get this game over with, we won't be able to see him.
I ran into Dan Radakovich, the athletic director at Clemson, and my longtime friend, who says it's a condition they have off the lake where the lake is so close and the water is still warm and it fogs up. I was like, well, this is not good. As the Tigers run on first down with Dixon up the middle, and it's really fogging up here. A 3-yard gain on the play. Maybe that'll slow down Trevor Lawrence. And the Gamecock is down on the field again with 13:16 to go. That's
Keir Thomas again. Hopefully that's cramps. I believe it was.
To go bowling this year, too. All right, here's the 2nd down and 8. Lawrence steps back out on the field. It's increasingly getting tougher to see. I don't want to overstate it because obviously we're in the stands. It may not be as bad down on the sideline. In fact, I'll ask Langston Moore on the next play. Here's Lawrence. 2nd and 8 with choice in the backfield. They go wide receiver screen to the outside. Got a catch and chasing and reversing field on the play is Kendrick. Kendrick at the 30. Still on the sideline. Gets knocked out of bounds. He needed to get to the Carolina 24-yard line to get a first down. We'll see. Did so much running. Hard to tell. It is a first down for the Tigers. A 9-yard run on the play.
I tell you, after that catch, he never saw a piece of the field he didn't like because he went everywhere, didn't he?
Let's go down on the sideline. Our Blue Cross Blue Shield sideline report. Langston, is it bad down there? He said it's up here.
It's definitely starting to linger here more and more down here on the field level. But again, it's not too bad visibility. I think it's more worse up top for you guys.
All right, here's Choice in the backfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run him left side. Big collision around the 15-yard line on the play. A 6-yard gain. Good stop by Ricky Sandage and Kobe Smith. Tons of young players having to play in this ball game for Carolina.
Over 300 yards rushing now for Clemson on the on Carolina. 21 for Etienne. Carries 121 yards. Feaster 64 yards. Lawrence himself 48 yards.
Lawrence out of that shotgun. Pistol formation. Handoff. Inside. Bouncing. His choice at the 5. Rolling and into the end zone. With 12:05 to go in the fourth quarter, the Tigers looking tough in the run game. A 15-yarder that time by Joyce. And Tommy just mentioned those stats, and they've padded them again. It's 48-21 Clemson.
Clemson now had 3 unanswered touchdowns. 75 yards, 10 plays, 80 yards, 5 plays, and that one was a 98 yards in 11 plays.
We got a Gamecock hurt who did bounce up pretty quickly as the medical staff got to him. And we'll see that when we can. In fact, that's Langston on a Palmetto Health injury report. Langston, who's that coming off after that defensive play?
Keyshawn Nixon, it looks like he just got rolled on top of when the running back went into the end zone there for the score. He should be out.
Greg Hugel to come on to attempt the extra point. Tigers get it and put 49 on the board. So Carolina, as Tommy mentioned, not scored in 3 series. I want to thank all our great sponsors this year. Of course, we're going to play those Akron Zips next weekend. I'll have a chance to do that formally, but in this big ball game tonight, thank everybody who supported Gamecock IMG Sports Network, including those who support Gamecock football with Will Muschamp. We'll be on tomorrow with our chins held up high and knowing what the future might bring. Of course, I want to thank our entire staff, everybody at IMG Studios, Drew Brackett, everybody else who does such hard, great work for us, Phil Brain, and everybody here, of course, in the booth. David Spence, Douglas Kershaw Adams, Dan Stewart, and of course, Liz McMillan. Here's the kickoff. Debo Samuel set back to receive, and that's going to be over his head for a touchback. And the Carolina will have it at the 25-yard line. On a night of increasing fog, Langston tells us the visibility right down on the field, not too bad. But up in here, it's certainly not a bright, clear Sainsbury day, other than your vision of it.
You know, and the people in the upper deck, we cannot even see them. So I'm assuming they cannot see the field, but
well, not much of it.
Yeah, not much of it. You're right. Okay, let's go, Cox. Get some points.
That's right. Jake Bentley's come out. As Tommy mentioned, the Tigers have scored 3 times now, unanswered by the Gamecocks, and they've got it inside the 5-yard line. Here's Jake Bentley with Mon Denson. And they'll hand off to Monster at the middle, going left side across the 30-yard line. He pounds the turf because there was only one guy there, but that's a pretty good one, Kendall Joseph, to make the stop, a 5-yard gain on the play.
Not quite quick enough to get through there. We can break it to the second.
That's right. They'll be back to the ground game with Mon leaping over the pile at the 32 or 3-yard line. Bunch of guys get in that turf and piled up, and Denson gets pulled up by the right hand. A 2-yard gain on the play. Here's 3rd down and 3 for Carolina with 11:31 to go in the ball game. Rico Daddle checks in now. He'll line up to the left of Jake Bentley. Rico limited play tonight. Bentley wants to throw it out of the gun, down the middle, got Debo. Caught at the 45. Debo trying to break away. They got him by the back of his jersey, and he hushes the crowd for a moment and gets another Carolina first down on a 15-yard gain.
8 receptions now for Debo for about 130 yards. So, good night.
Jake Bentley now 25 of 39 for 375 yards and 3 touchdowns. Had that 1 interception on a good play by J.D. Davis, the linebacker, stepped in front. 1st and 10 for Carolina after they convert on 3rd down. Snap it back to Bentley, run it. Up the middle with Rico Daddle. He's stacked up after he has a spin move around the 49. And we'll watch the progress here. A 2-yard gain on the play. 10:37 to go. Carolina down 49-21.
Good little spin move by Daddle that time, but Clemson, as a good defensive team does, when you do that, they have someone there to nail you, and they did it.
Shy Smith checks out of the lineup. See Keel Pollard in. And Debo's going to line up in the slot over here to the right side. Chavis Dawkins split out to the left. Press coverage on him and on Brian Edwards. Bentley out of the gun now. 2nd down and 6. Shotgun snap. Play action. Down in the pocket's got some time. Throwing down to Debo. Diving forward to the 21. Can't get it. There's a flag on the play. 2 defenders back there, and Debo says he had a hold of it. And not much argument, Tommy, from Denzel Johnson.
Pass interference on the defense, number 24. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, Nolan Turner was in there late, and he apparently was the one that obstructed Debo. He certainly did reach back for him.
Yeah, I was thinking the guy that undercut Debo is the one that they really called it on because he had the other guy beat. I guess it was 24 that time. You're right, Todd.
And so the Tigers have had a couple of pass interference ones, and this one benefits the Gamecocks as well and gets it to the Tiger 35-yard line. Josh Vann checks into the lineup. Bentley out of the gun, quick hitch route, high but caught. Edwards can't really make a move as they come slinging in there and try to tackle Edwards, who does gain 3 on the play. First one that kind of got away from Jake tonight, but there was a defender there in his face swinging his arms. Casey Crosby checks into the lineup. He'll line up to the left side. Clock running at 9:31 left in the game. Bentley out of the gun. Eyes Brian Edwards at the last second. Pump fake. And he wants curl route, and he overthrows Edwards. He's right on the Clemson bench. You could tell, Tommy, they made eye contact and then just could not connect.
Yeah, I think that time was a great example of the old Bentley, and that is he didn't step the way he was throwing it. He didn't turn his upper body correctly, Todd. He had his feet planted like he was going downfield, straight in the middle of the field with it. Had to go at the last minute to the right, never shifted and overthrew it. A little pressure. That's what caused him to not make the right steps, not move his upper body.
3rd down and 7. Bentley on a blitz coming across, and it's thrown to Rico Dowdle, who drops the football. It would have been enough for a first down around the 25-yard line. Jake was under heavy pressure. Rico broke open, and they could not connect, and that's now 4th down and 7.
That was a good play by Bentley that time, though. It was not the perfect pass, but again, you got to catch those guys when you have a chance to do it. Boy, doggone it.
4th down again for Carolina. No reason not to go for it with 9:17 to go at the Tiger 32-yard line. They empty the backfield again. Bentley all by himself. They rush 5, picked up initially. Bentley in the gun, throws Debo Samuel. Caught! Touchdown Carolina! Touchdown Debo Samuel! 32 yards out! And the Gamecocks have now scored more points than anybody on the season on the vaunted Clemson Tigers. Boom! Here's Tommy to kick it away. And they had the hands team up there with Rogers back, and he'll take a fair catch. Clemson thinking Will Muschamp's going for everything else tonight. Why not the onside kick with 9:10 to go? He does not. He boots it away. And the Tigers will take back over on offense. Just not quite the cushion they had before with 9:10 to go. It's 49-28. That's the most points scored on the Tigers all year.
One thing for sure, Gamecocks probably not going to win tonight, but we have exposed Clemson's defense. For the opponents coming up.
I think some great play calling, good route running,
Yeah.
but wide open at times.
Yes.
Absolutely wide open. All right, here's Trevor Lawrence with ETN in the backfield. It'll be ETN, a helping hand of it to the right side, I'm sure, for the rest of this ball game. And that's a 3-yard gain. Good tackle from the outside by the Gamecocks. Ernest Jones. Ernest playing his, by far his most tonight. The freshman from Waycross, Georgia. They think he's a real thumper, can play in the middle or outside going forward. And he's joined the big leagues tonight. Octavian Feaster in the game now for the Tigers on a 2nd down and 7 with 8:40 to go. Lawrence takes it off to Feaster. Feaster gets hit in the backfield and they drag him down on the play. Another good play from Ricky Sandage, the freshman from Concord, North Carolina, the USA Today All-American. -1 on the play, a nice tackle for a loss, and that bodes well for the future. So back-to-back plays from freshmen for Carolina. And the Tigers have got it 3rd and 8 with 8:13 to go. You want to hear it get quiet? Let's see if they don't pick this up. Lawrence in the backfield out of the gun. Carolina blitzing up the middle. They protect him initially. Throw out route. They got it, but it's short of the first down. It need to get to the 35. And it'll be to about the 33 or 34-yard line on that Clemson bench. Tommy, let's make this distinction. 2 years ago when we came up here, there were some folks that embarrassed us.
Oh, yeah.
As Gamecocks.
No question about
The
it.
way they played. Will Muschamp was embarrassed. The Tigers embarrassed us. They did not do so tonight. Not with the heart of what we saw.
I agree, Todd. I have never seen a coach so mad in my life as I saw Will Muschamp 2 years ago up here, and deservedly so. There's no question about it. And we talked a little bit after the game, and it was a hard one. But boy, how far he's brought this program. And as I mentioned earlier, if you think Dabo Swinney's done a good job at Clemson, his first 3 years he had 26 wins. Dabo Swinney did. Muschamp right now has got 21. With Ty Steve Spurrier, he's going to probably get 22 at least because he should beat Akron. Go to the bowl game, we'll get 23. So that'll be only 3 behind Dabo Swinney, who was left with a lot more players than Muschamp was. So, and didn't have the injuries and all here. So regardless, we're in good shape. We're in good shape going forward, and just got to score inside the 5 a couple of times. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Will Spears to punt for the Tigers. Out on the field, he stands in zone 20. And Brian Edwards set back for Carolina at the 31, awaiting on a foggy football field. Spears steps to his right, quick boot. It rolls on the ground, hobbling, terrible punt. Edwards says, get away. They do. And it rolls to the Gamecock 29-yard line. So I don't know if Spears panicked there or not, but just a 38-yard punt. He's lucky he got it that far. On our scoreboard tonight, Tommy, we may learn a little bit why the Tigers are what they are. The ACC versus the SEC. Georgia put it on Georgia Tech 45-21. Florida 41-14 over Florida State. And Kentucky 56-10 over Louisville. So
then you look at Pittsburgh, who played Miami today. Pittsburgh won the division. I don't even know what the name of it is in the ACC. And they play Clemson next week for the ACC championship. They got beat today by Miami. So,
all right, down 49-28. Jake Bentley back to work. He throws the football across the middle of Brian Edwards in that zone, and Brian puts a paw out but can't handle it. His team is down 49-28 with 7:05 to go in the ball game. Carolina quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Bentley's going all the way at quarterback, career night throwing the football. 3-man rush, he guns it. Curl route, outside, missed it. And Chavis Dawkins either didn't come back straight to the football or Bentley missed him left side. But either way, incomplete pass. And now just like that, 3rd down and 10 with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Bentley 28 of 46 for 425, 4 touchdowns and an interception. 3rd down and 10. Clemson lines up with 3. They bring it. Bentley wants to throw across the middle. He's got to scramble out left side's in trouble and gets dropped at the 25-yard line. Boy, that's a quick 3 and out. One of the few I think we've had on the night tonight. That's -4. I thought Jake was going to step through that tackle and have plenty of green territory in front of him. But Clemson played the zone, backed up, and played for the pass protection. And here's Joseph Charlton to come on the punt. Or missed opportunity there.
no question
After
about
getting
it.
the stop on the Tigers, they got to turn around and punt it right back to him. Joseph Charlton with 2 punts tonight, both of them 55 yards. Amari Rogers set back to receive it at the 31-yard line. And Charlton boots a spiral. Rogers comes up at the 35. Fair catch, got it cleanly. And the Tigers will take back over with 6:06 remaining after the 40-yard punt. Hey, don't forget, go to southstatebank.com/sideline-kid or stop by a South Carolina branch to learn how your child can be the next South State sideline kid at a Carolina home football game. Tigers back out onto the field. Lawrence stays in at quarterback, up 49-28. Travis Etienne in the ball game. Got their starters in late. And Etienne weaves his way up to about the 42-yard line, still driving. There's a couple freshmen fresh offensive linemen in there with Etienne. He steps out. Monty Staley makes the stop. It's a 7-yard gain on the play.
Clemson going for style points, Todd. You know, this playoff now, you just got to keep on positioning yourself. You don't want to fall back to 3 or 4 or anything like that.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Jalen Dixon into the ball game. The freshman will get the handoff. No, they fake to him and throw a quick out route. They do so. Got him on the near sideline. And knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's DeAndre Overton, his first catch of the night. Good-looking play and good-looking throw from Trevor Lawrence on an out route for 23 yards. That moves chains in there into Gamecock territory. Clock running at 5:21 left. And it's 49-28. Lawrence, no slowdown here. Goes back to work. And incomplete pass on the wide receiver screen towards the Gamecock bench. Dropped by TJ Chase, who's not had a catch on the night. From Plant City, Florida. He's got 10 receptions on the year for 182 yards. Will Sweeney's into the lineup, split out right side. And Lawrence out of the shotgun. Counterplay inside. Dixon up the middle of the field. The freshman holds onto the football as he falls inside the 40. Jason Sen, the 186-pounder from Beaufort, South Carolina, saved the day a week ago when he came in for J.C. Horn. He's in at safety now with Stephen Montag, no R.J. Roddick. And he makes the stop there. Thank goodness on the very good tailback, Dixon. Lawrence now on a 1st and 10. He'll go with Dixon again. He fumbles the football. A scramble for it. The Gamecocks have got it. The young freshman puts it on the turf. And the first turnover of the night, the Gamecocks take advantage just as the Tigers are threatening again with 4:42 remaining in the ball game.
We were asking for a turnover earlier. That's a little slower than we wanted, but regardless, we got one, so that helped.
Brad Johnson jumped on it as Dixon left it behind. And Dixon was no rookie coming in here. As I mentioned, he's the second leading rusher. Average 105 yards a game. Didn't get as much action tonight. Maybe it showed there. 4:42 remaining. Bentley back to work. Got more yards than he can carry right now at 4:25. Rico Dowdle's in the ball game. He'll fake inside. Bentley wants to throw it. Curl route. Brian Edwards right in his gut at the 35-yard line. They drop him immediately as Terrell was hanging on him. But A.J. couldn't do enough, and Brian Edwards with another good catch. That one's good for 10 yards. That's 5 catches tonight for Edwards. Samuel Debo with 9. And now running the football. Left side, Rico Dowdle. Another first down as he got to the edge. Tommy, it's been tough sledding in the run game tonight. It's certainly on the edge for the Gamecocks.
It really has, but again, that's credit to Clemson's defense. Those guys up front, as we mentioned before, they're as good as it gets.
Carolina with a hurry up. Bentley out of the shotgun. Wants to throw. Quick out route. A diving catch as he was falling to the turf. Brian Edwards on the wet field brings it in. I don't know how. They'll substitute. Let's see. There's a flag on the play.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Bentley a little bit off on some of his routes when they run that hook pattern, as I call it, Todd, coming back to him. And some of that can be the receiver not running the route, as you've said so appropriately before, not making the right angle coming back, and others could be just Bentley off target. But great catch anyway.
Penalty on the play will make it 1st and 5 for Carolina. They're at midfield with 4:07 to go. Not this would be a situation where they call the timeouts, but Carolina with 2 remaining. Josh Vann in the ball game. Bentley snaps the ball, fakes inside, and hands the ball off to Rico Dowdle up the middle at the 40, 35, 30, trying to cut away from him at the 20, and they knock him down from behind. Isaiah Simmons on Rico Dowdle, but it's a 27-yard gain, and Carolina's threatening again.
And Clemson's not playing their 4th string. That's Wilkins and all those guys in there. So
Isaiah Simmons, a number 1 linebacker. Bentley back to work. Play action, throwing, corner route, fade route, leaping catch.
Touchdown. Got it.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Got it.
Touchdown, Shai Smith on a career night in catches. He gets this one from 21 yards out. And Jake Bentley has lit up Memorial Stadium tonight. Lit it up. It's 49-34. The extra point upcoming.
That shut it down again. I think, Todd, as you call it, man. That was 74 yards in 4 plays. Gamecocks only using 1 minute and 5 seconds off the clock.
Tommy, Carolina's put 545 yards on the nation's number 1 scoring defense.
2 touchdowns in a row for Carolina, unanswered by Clemson, too.
Wow. What a catch by Smith. He's a guy you can throw it up to, and he brings it down.
You're right about that, but he's still not a tall guy. That's the problem. We don't have that real tall. Now, Trey Smith will come back, will have it, and also Brian Edwards. We have shown the world tonight how you can score points on Clemson. Let me tell you, they had their first team in right there. That's not the second or third team in. So if I were Clemson fans and coach, I would be concerned too, because Carolina's not an awesome team, but we're good enough to be very effective.
Watch the onside kick here as Joseph Charlton's in as well. They boot it towards the Gamecock bench. It bounces up. Clemson does a good job, comes over and got it. Denzel Johnson, I believe, was the Tiger that got the football. 14, DeAndre Overton, the wide receiver, not the safety. And they'll have that ball at midfield. Will Muschamp not just succeeding to boot the ball away. Down 49-35, he wanted it back. Certainly the Tigers have given up 2 straight touchdowns, as Tommy mentioned, after they opened the second half with 3 of their own unanswered.
We need to get another little turnover here and make this game really fun.
Trevor Lawrence back in at quarterback. ETN at tailback. They're playing these starters. Shotgun snap, ETN right side, trying to get to the edge, cuts back into the arms of a couple of Gamecocks. And they drive in towards that Gamecock bench, and I can see those white uniforms piling up. Sherrod Green a part of it as well. That's a. Let's see where they spot that. They spotted up to around the 47. South Carolina calls a timeout with 3:28 remaining. Just a 1-yard gain on the play.
Todd, I tell you, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've seen so few, meaning so few players give so much for the Carolina fan base. These guys have played so hard tonight against some odds that are just unbelievable, because everybody knows what the world thinks of Clemson's defense and offense and all that mess. But boy, they laid it on the line tonight. They played like Gamecocks. I'm going to tell you, unbelievable.
No quit in them. They've literally taken themselves, some of them, off the field and back on again.
Yep.
Healed it back up. They've done everything they can to play. Played everybody on the roster, for goodness sakes.
And if you name Clemson's defense, which is one of the best in the country, you tell them they're going to lose the top 2 defensive ends, the linebacker, the number 1 cornerback off this team because of injuries, they wouldn't be nearly as what they are now.
There's Trevor Lawrence after that 1-yard gain. ETN in the backfield. They'll run sprint draw to him left side. He's into the pile and knocked down about the 49-yard line. Ricky Sandage a part of that, along with Sherrod Green. So Sandage coming on late here and making a bunch of them. Just a 2-yard gain, and Will Muschamp claps his hands and comes over and calls timeout again with 3:24, because it's going to be 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Tommy, here's the other thing. We cannot forget to say this tonight. You have done it before, and you've been purposeful about it. We both have got to thank Eric Walford's done an unbelievable job. This offensive line tonight, we've not run the football, we've not blasted it down the field by any means, but they have protected Jake Bentley. He literally had 2 coverage sacks on the night. Other than that, he's been obviously throwing it freely. Great job by the offensive line tonight.
I tell you, he calls him, Will Muschamp, that is the best offensive line coach in America, and he would know that better than I, but I'll tell you, he's a great guy, good friend, got a fabulous wife, Melinda. But I'll tell you one thing, got into great kids, but he's a heck of a football coach. Unbelievable line coach.
ATN's back in there on 3rd down and 6. Trevor Lawrence pump fakes. Want to go back shoulder throw down the sideline. Leaping catch. Did he get in bounds? He says they did. That's T. Higgins. Every time they needed one, they went to him against Mukwamu. And that's a 27-yard gain and a Tiger first down. Boy, just one-on-one coverage with a freshman, and T. Higgins took the throw perfectly from Trevor Lawrence. Tigers with 3:09 to go and no hurry for the moment in the ball game. They lead it 49-35. And by the way, we're not saying this either. We are not happy about losing the ball game. There's no moral victories against anybody anymore. We're a big-time football program, and we want to win these games. But it's the personality and the heart tonight that's made the difference. Lawrence wants to go for one more. Fade route, left side, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Intended for T. Higgins again. They wanted a quick score, and Carolina covered up on the play. Mukwamu just a few steps outside of T. Higgins' range.
You know, I think the point, though, Todd, well made by you, is that you come in here against the number 2 team in the country. Clemson's good, but you're 25-point underdog by the bookies and all, which is probably reasonable. And then all of a sudden you lose all these players even more players during the week and one during the game here, and you're still hanging in and play pretty tough.
Lawrence back to work now. 2nd down and 10. Running the football left side into the pile, but pushing forward There's Travis Etienne, a 4-yard gain on the play. And Etienne up to 26 carries tonight. I bet they didn't come into the game thinking he'd have that load on him. And that's about 140 yards for him on the ground in that one touchdown. He had the longest runs, 20 yards for Etienne tonight. Good hit by Ernest Jones for Carolina. Clock at 2:16 and running. Tigers taking their time in the huddle. The rare position for them. You know they want the end zone one more time. Third down and 5 at the Carolina 18-yard line. Lawrence out of the gun. Inside dive play. Not much happening inside zone for Etienne again. And he's shy of the 15-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down and about 3 yards to go. Tigers with that lead. Apparently, certainly not going to give up on getting the first down, but going to let that clock run down. Been totally impressed with Trevor Lawrence tonight, the Clemson quarterback. Firing on all cylinders, 26 of 35, 384 in the touchdown. All right, 4th down and 3. Lawrence going to roll right, throwing the flats, got his man, Hunter Renfro. He's caught at the 10. They finally drag it down around the 7-yard line with 1:06 to go in the ball game. And that's a 9-yard gain on the play. There's their guy, Tommy. They won't be able to go to him next year. But, man, he has been clutch when they've needed him.
He really has. You got to give him credit. I believe he's a guy that caught the winning pass in the
is.
championship game for the national championship, and he's just continued to excel from there. He got a chance to be in the pros on slot receiver, for the Patriots, people like that to run that kind of offense.
Yeah, Clemson can take a knee right now, Tommy, but they're not willing to do so. Lawrence in the backfield running the football up the middle and right at the goal line, and touchdown Tigers. Etienne into the lineup. So Clemson, with the 49-35 lead, chooses not to take the knee and go into the end zone. That's their prerogative, I guess, with 39 seconds remaining.
I won't sit well with some people.
No, it will not.
Particularly after the last time up here when they did that little hokey thing. But, life's short, you remember stuff.
Football coaches can remember until they're 101 years old.
That's right.
All right, here's Hugel, attempt the extra point. Sweeney to hold it. Low line drive, but it's good. So the Tigers get 56 on the Gamecocks.
But the Gamecocks get 35 on the Tigers.
Take the words right out of my mouth.
545 yards total offense. So
somebody's going to go to the film room pretty quick. That's one thing we did tonight. We didn't do much else. And again, we are not thrilled to be leaving under these circumstances. But believe me, we are happy. The Gamecocks have come in here with a lot of heart and play tonight. And give the Tigers credit, Tommy. They're going to make it 5 in a row to match the series that Carolina went. And the streak that they had under Steve Spurrier, which was magical at that time.
2009, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Gamecocks was 7-6, 9-5, 11-2, 11-2, and 11-2. Clemson didn't have bad ball clubs either.
Oh, heck no. They were in the top 15, if not better, each of those times.
One time they were ahead of us. They were like number 6, I think, and we were like number 10. We beat them.
Potter to kick off.
Can't even see it.
And taking it at the 10-yard line and up the far hash, across the 20-yard line. Let's don't let this thing get ugly with 30 seconds to go. And the Tigers will go undefeated on the season. Give them credit. And they'll head to the championship game next week. Who do they play, guys?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Who got
really?
beat by Miami today.
Yeah, they've had a couple losses, but they're a good rushing team.
They've had more than a couple.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh has, yeah. I think they may be 8-4, maybe 7-5, something like that. But they won the games they had to win.
Oh yeah, by the way, it's Alabama and Georgia in our championship game. Out of the backfield is Bentley all alone. Looks for a crossing route. Got one. Far sideline. Caught at the 45. Breaking away at the 50. That's number 1, Debo. Debo still churning and burning. Debo breaks away. Go get him, Debo, at the 45-30. Run over somebody. Debo to the 29-yard line. I've had enough of you. And with 15 seconds to go,
Score again.
Carolina's got it. First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Shotgun snap, Bentley. Looking, right side, thrown underneath Rico Dowdle. Steps, gets,
Oh, get out of bounds.
can't get out of bounds at the 19-yard line with 2 seconds remaining. And that'll do it. The Tigers will win it.
Team's not
There's
over.
1 second. There it goes. Clock will run out. They set the football. No time. But we do not call any. And Jake Bentley pulls his helmet off at midfield, and Rico Dowdle takes a knee after a long, hard-fought battle. And the tradition here in Clemson is they let the folks on the field, and hopefully, as always, nothing goes wrong.
Yeah,
We
Dowdle,
got a bunch of Gamecocks right in the middle of the field.
Dowdle tried to get out of bounds and couldn't make it, but what a run by Debo Samuel after he caught it. He had 210 yards receiving tonight, Debo Samuel. What a night.
Fighting to the end as well there, too.
Yeah.
How many senior players who've got a chance to go to the next level give that kind of effort with 15 seconds to go?
35.
Don't like losing to Clemson, but proud of my guys. Proud of my guys, folks.
Yeah. And Jake Bentley, by the way, Tommy, has just gotten the most passing yards in the history of South Carolina in a single game. He threw for 510 yards. He beat Steve Tannehill's record of 473. You can take that. It's a loss, but that's something to build on in the future because, man, we protected him well. We threw it well. We called some great plays, particularly in open field. I don't know the difference, Tommy, would have been down the goal line, but it would have been interesting had we gotten one or both of those
Got one of them.
first and goals inside the 5-yard
Have a
line.
touchdown and a field goal on another one. Had 13 points there. The other thing, Todd, is he got 5 touchdown passes. I don't know who else, but I know I threw 5 against Virginia in 1969. So I congratulate him on certainly tying that record. There may be some others out there have done it as well. I got the book here, but what a night he had. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Proud of him, boy, I tell you. Heck of a night.
On a cool night, Gamecocks with a depleted football team fought their heart out against the nation's number 2 team. They had won 15 straight here at Memorial Stadium, and they've now won their 16th, and they're won the 5th in the series. But hard fought by Carolina. Nobody embarrassed to walk away in the garnet and black tonight. The final score, Clemson 56, Carolina 35.
Welcome back into the Carolina 4 Dealers Locker Room Report. The Gamecocks lose to Clemson 56-35. Let's talk about this game.
Tell you why this place is quiet. They're not quiet because they're going to lose the game. I think they're very comfortable there. They're quiet because they played 2 SEC teams, pretty good teams, not great teams at all. A&M was not ranked, I don't think, when they played them. And clearly Carolina was not ranked and beat up like we can be. And then all of a sudden we just scored up and down the field on them. So they're worried about not the next game, Pittsburgh. They're worried about the next game, the bowl game. Because, as I said earlier, we have shown the world tonight how you can score points on Clemson. Let me tell you, they had their first team in right there. That's not the second or third team in. So if I were Clemson fans and coach, I would be concerned too, because Carolina's not an awesome team, but we're good enough to be very effective.
Biatch.
We too deep. We too deep. Hey, hey. 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 We too deep.
Let's be legendary. That's going to be great.